Welcome to BMD Cougar Oval, the venue for the 2021 BRL A-grade Grand Final. They played out of grounds 2 suburbs apart and have battled it out for 100 years, but this will be the first time these two teams have met in a Grand Final since 1937 when the Diehards won 9-7. The Panthers and the Diehards have taken a long route to this Saturday's Grand Final at Cougar Oval, and we're in for an absolute beauty. Good afternoon and welcome to this live broadcast with myself, John Devine, Taylor Brown, Cameron Anchor and Brad Tell, the cast of thousands, not Mark Liddon, thank God about enough for him for the afternoon. But what a great afternoon of rugby league we have ahead of ourselves, and I'll hand it over now to Taylor, Cameron and Brad for you guys to go through the team lists and what you think of this afternoon's game.
Yeah, good afternoon, John. Good afternoon, Taylor. Well, we've reached the pinnacle, haven't we, Taylor? I mean, we're down to the business end. It's West v Valleys, the age-old foes, and it's going to be a battle, isn't it?
It feels right to have West v Valleys in this monumental clash this afternoon. Both sides have been in and out of form all season, but they've steamed home this surge of momentum, and it feels right to be here, Cam. It feels right.
Let's head over to the team list and have a look at how both teams line up. And it's pretty fair to say, Taylor, both have put their absolute best possible sides out on the park this afternoon. I'll start with the Panthers. Kyle Van Claveren at fullback, Brandon Downey and Reese Ketu on the wings. In the centres are Luke Pollock and Sam Armstrong. The captain, and in the 6, Jared McCullum and Lachlan Folds, the front row, Callum Garn, Husky Tatel, Chris Freeman, Jake Strasser, Puliavea and Tommy Butterfield in the 23 jumper, but playing in the halves. Bryce Donovan, Jack Walters, Charlie Kai Putty and Ben Mathau round out the bench. We'll over to the Valley side, led by you, Tay.
Yes, mate. I'll just wait for that to pop up on screen so the fans at home can see it. At fullback, we have Joe Bond. In the wings, Eddie Tortali and Corbin Daniels. Jared Chambers and Rashawn Denny will be in the centres. Sean Yorston, captain and 5'8". David Quinlan at half. Jack Mears will be the hooker this afternoon. Jared Cherry, another co-captain along with Yorston. He'll be in the front row. Jai Ballinger and Charlie Gallo at back row. Duane Dempsey at lock. Josh Boyton, of course, will be the other front row with Cherry. On the bench, Dane Chang, Nestor Watine, CUC Vitelli and Carly Carly.
As we bring in Brad Talon for the first time in this A-grade broadcast. Brad, great to have you back on. And these two age-old clubs going toe-to-toe again. You must be looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. And just on that Valleys team, I know it's late change. Nestor Watine out, and Sam Collins had to pass a fitness test this morning. So he's come in. He'll start in the second row, Collins. And unfortunately, Nestor Watine missing out. But I guess that's what happens on grand final time. But yeah, it should be a great game between these two sides. Valleys have got up both times in the earlier games, and probably the second game was a real cracker. 7 tries apiece, 40-34. West led by 34-16, and then got round down 40-34. Goal kicking really important in that one. That was Liam Georgetown kicking. Then he kicked 6 goals that day. Kyle Van Claveren will take over the kicking. They've got plenty of kickers, the West side, but unfortunately they're for West, Luke Pollock kicked for West that day. Only kicked 3 goals, and that proved critical. So goal kicking could be really critical here today. Without Georgetown, of course, Valleys as well. So a bit of an even up there. Unfortunately, Liam did his hammy. But yeah, these teams, they've played 22 times. They've had plenty of opportunities against each other since the comp resumed in 2015. Unfortunately for the Panthers, it's been 13-9 to Valleys over that time, but West have scored more points in that time. So it should be a really great game. Valleys, as I said, 2 wins in the first 2 games, but West, they've come in a rich vein of form. They've looked really good in the last few weeks. Valleys, they've come from behind in both semi-finals they've had to play, but West have been just blowing teams off the park. So should be different styles. I think Valleys will probably take it up the middle a fair bit. West will spin it wide, but yeah, the stats say it should be pretty even. There's nothing much between these two teams. Great sides out there, and of course great that they're both leading into North's Feeders team for the grand final tomorrow for Norths. And of course, first time they've clashed in the BRLA grade final since 1937. 84 years in the making to be here, and it's great to see these the Mud and Bloods up against the Royal Blue of the Valleys Diehards.
And of course, the Wynnum Juniors won the 20s here this afternoon to kick proceedings off, and reserve grade was won by the Valleys Diehards, 36 points to 6. Taylor, I want to highlight a couple of key players from both sides here. First one for the Panthers, Tommy Butterfield, and one for the Valleys Diehards is Sean Yorston. Yorston can be so dangerous attacking the opposition line. When he's inside that 10 or 20 metre zone attacking the opposition try line, he's probably one of the hardest players to stop. He gets set those edge back rolls and the little halves, and if he can get them one-on-one, he usually slices through and gets a try.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been key and really pivotal for the Diehards in this run into the finals, has Sean Yorston. And interesting enough, it's his kicking game. He's that level head that keeps this side running really, really plain and simple. Mears, he directs from 9, but any opportunity he goes. Bond, he's an instinct player as well. He plays that up and up footy. Quinlan as well, he's very similar. He likes to play really fast and upbeat footy. But Yorston, he steers the ship. He levels the playing field for them. He tells them where they need to be and how they need to get there. He's going to be monumental this afternoon and just an instrumental key figure in this game.
And on the other side, Tommy Butterfield, a wealth of experience, a PNG international, played for the Hunters this year, as well as obviously playing a big stint here for the West Brisbane Panthers. He doesn't age, this man. He is so good. He could well feature in the Team of the Year again for the BRL. But if you stop him for the Diehards, they'll go a long way to winning this match. But can you stop him is the question.
Well, I mean, he's one of those players that I don't need to talk too much about. You don't need to talk too much about, because we've all seen it on our screens for how many years, whether it be for the East Tigers, Sunshine Coast Falcons, Redcliffe Dolphins, or, you know, Papua New Guinea Hunters. He's been monumental. He's been massive in Intrust Super Cup, let alone when he steps down to this level. He tears it up. And you're right, he's a fine wine, old Tommy. He's getting better and better with age. So I think the way he plays almost like a 9 out in 5'8". He looks eyes up footy. He's looking at what the defence does and makes those reads. That's what makes their attacks so just electrifying, the West Brisbane Panthers, as they play that up and up footy everywhere on the park.
As we see the Diehards coaches cross the field, go to their spots. A big afternoon for them. Ty Ingebrigtsen and Nathan Hughes. But yeah, there's such quality in these two sides. I mean, these outside backs for the Valley's Diehards, Joe Bond, Eddie Totali, actually played in the grand final last year, but for West Brisbane Panthers. So a bit of a different feeling for Eddie this afternoon. But yeah, these I like what John and Brad said in BRL Weekly during the week. They said they're completely different sides, but they do match up well. But the Panthers side, they're sort of nifty, mobile sort of forward players, and then the Diehards, they're big, and they just roll up the middle so well. So they're different looking packs. And I think both of them can roll up the field really well, but it's a matter of who does the job in the middle the best here.
It's old school footy. It's old school versus new school, sorry. It's that old school style of almost having another front row at lock in Dewan Dempsey, and they roll through the middle, and they make 60 to 70 metres per set against Normanby. So, yeah, they've been absolutely outstanding through the middle of the park. Then we look at the West Brisbane Panthers side. Small, agile. They like to get the ball all the way across the field. They use McCallum all the way out to their edges there in Brandon Downey and Reece Ketu, who's had an amazing year in rich try-scoring form. So, look, it's definitely old school versus new school, and I'm interested to see who really takes hold of this game and plays the game the way they want to play the game, at their own sort of tempo.
And just quickly before we throw back to John, Bryce Donovan, a late inclusion for the West Brisbane Panthers. That's massive. They've got a lot of cup experience in their side, but another one comes in Bryce.
I believe he's the only player on this field today that has actually won an Intrust Super Cup Grand Final, playing for Redcliffe in 2018 at starting 5'8". When the game's in the balance, look for West to go to him. Traditionally, we see Freeman and those players going to the ball, playing roll up the middle. Look for Donovan, because he can play that 13. He can play at 9. He can play 6, 7, fullback. Whatever you want him to play, he can play it, and well.
And also, Taylor, he can kick a field goal well too.
He can kick a field goal.
If it comes down to it, they might bring on the super sub to knock one over.
Yeah, he could be a game changer, and I've actually noted him as one to watch this afternoon. Bryce Donovan for the West Brisbane Panthers.
All right, good afternoon. And as both teams have now entered the field, the West Brisbane Panthers, they will kick off from the from the western end. So Valleys will run into the chook pen in the second half, and the Panthers, well, had the sun in their eyes. It's a very good afternoon. BRL Grand Final, 18 rounds, 3 weeks of finals footy. It's come down to 3v4. Normanby, the minor premiers, knocked out emphatically by Valleys, and then the Panthers, well, they've been just scoring points left, right and centre, and absolutely just put the sword to the Winner-Manly Seagulls last week at Kitchener Park. The BRL A-Grade Grand Final, as mentioned at the top of the show, 1934 was the last time. It was 9-7. Back then it was 3-point tries. Back when you started playing, Taylor. 3-point tries. So 2 points difference. And the year before was a 2 points difference as well. So a lot of history between these two clubs, and it doesn't get any better. The neighbours are going to go at it each other. West Brisbane Panthers, Valley's Diehards, Cole Van Cleveren up against Joe Bond, the fullbacks, the halves, the Second rows, the locks, you name the coaches. Everybody's just been pumped for this one this afternoon, and we're about to get underway.
How good? How good is it? BMD Cougar Eye Oval looking beautiful as well here.
Ooh, early October footy. You can feel it, can't you? You can cut the tension with a knife, fellas.
The breeze at the moment is out, starting to pick up the Doughboy Doctor. We are underway, the BRL A-grade Grand Final 2021. And Kyle Van Claveren sends it down to that man, Joe Bond. And we are underway. First tackle wearing the headgear. West Brisbane Panthers is Strasser.
Strasser hoping to go one better than his brother who played in reserve grade, Joel.
Copped a bit of a touch-up. Panthers yet to come away with any silverware here this afternoon. Slight jump, big hit coming through there. That's a super shot there in the way of Lachlan Folds. Mears, show and go, gets the offload as Ballinger drives forward, gets across almost to the 50-metre line. He's waiting to play the ball. Mears now with Jared Cherry, the skipper, and Cherry beats the first tackle of Folds. Does a commando roll across the 40. It's the last tackle, so they've completed. Yawson with it, puts it into the sky. A nice Gary Owen coming through, takes it nicely. The back there is Luke Pollock. He's sort of ankle tap, and he'll get up and play at a completed set.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the first game of BRL A-grade you're watching this season, that's exactly what we were talking about in the pre-game. They just rolled 60 metres off their opening set and got a kick into the corner. That's what Valley's Diehards brings. That's their strengths. And see how that continues this afternoon.
Pulavia gets to the 30. Trying to win the wrestle. Yawson won the tackles along with Cherry. Freeman. They've got a mobile pack. Freeman, one of those. He's played in Trust Super Cup. The Northern Pride, I think, for the Townsville Blackhawks as well, as they get across to the 50. Centre of BMD Cougar Oval. It's the last tackle, so it's a bit of chicken at the moment. A bit of see who's going to blink first. Bond underneath it, straight down his straight. Not one of his best kicks there, and Bond will run it back here. He's pointing to somebody. He's going to try and get away, and around Pollock doesn't do so. He's going to be grabbed at the end there by Ketu. Another completed set, Cam.
Yeah, they'll have to be wary of that, the Panthers. Joe Bond on those kick returns. They need a straight line coming at him, because if they've got a collapsed defensive line there, Joe Bond will sniff it out and he'll poke his nose through.
Might be feeling lucky, old Joey Bond. He doesn't have all the strapping tape on. I don't know if this is his last hurrah.
Well, he looks young out there, Tay. Even on that kick return, he looked quick, didn't he?
Looks
He's
fresh.
got one arm on his hip already, so I think you guys are being a little bit generous at the moment. He's run 20 metres further than he has all month. He'll get up and play it on the 40. Interesting spot at halfback, fullback he is. It's with Rashun Denny, and Denny loses the footy in the tackle. He's going to be picked up there by Rhys Ketu, and Ketu will beat the first tackle, but not the second, where he gets a lot of attention on the 30-metre line. So Valley's Diehards come up with an error.
Yeah, not great there. Not a great start for Rashun Denny, but I tell you what, it's great to have Rashun in the team for the Diehards. Played so many games in Cup for North Devils this year. He came back a few weeks ago and has not put a foot wrong. He scored a great try last week against Normanby for them to advance to the grand final, and his experience out here on this left-hand edge will be really solid for the Diehards.
Strasser on the halfway line. Dart from dummy half here from Garn, and Garn takes the tackle on the 40. Dummy half is Tommy Butterfield, the legend that he is. He gives it off to Lachlan Foles with Freeman now. Freeman out the back. Well, the traffic came up in front of him, but he's going to go with it now. McCallum. McCallum goes back the other way. He's doing a bit of a soldier crab here. He's just going sideways, doing a Michael Hancock. He's going to get tackled just around the 40-metre mark. He'll get up and play. So lost a few metres there to the left-hand side with Tommy Butterfield. Cut out ball. Ooh. Suspect and forward, and it has been called. And Tommy, well, there must be kryptonite out in the middle of BMD Cougar Oval. The man's human.
Yeah, well, what? I was just about to say, the last 5 minutes, in this 5 minutes at the start of the game, it's fast, it's quick. Who's going to break this little arm wrestle first? Unfortunately, it's Butterfield there with a forward pass, and given the Valley's a bit of an opportunity on the 30-metre line. We saw from the first set, they can roll 60. Yeah. They may get a very good attack and kick here. Yorston might be able to grab one in, repeat set. You know, you start to think those things when they start a set this far up the field.
And that's an unforced error, Cam, as well. It's something nobody else forced him into that. He just didn't time his pass right, but the scrum will be packed on the 30.
You can see that
it's full.
You can see the size difference of the packs. Have a look at Ballinger, Boyton, Cherry. Look at them compared to some of the West Brisbane Panthers forwards. Now, that's not a bad thing. West Brisbane Panthers are very mobile and got a really agile pack, but you can tell the size difference. Let's see if that plays a factor here in this match.
Yeah, the schoolyard bullies, aren't they? The men in blue up against the little kids and the preppies. We'll see who comes out on top. Generally, the little man always wins, David and Goliath, but at the moment, it's still 0-0 on the scoreboard. We've gone 5 minutes in the BRL Premier A-grade grand final. They go to the right-hand side, quick hands. Diehards not doing anything too funky at the moment. They just happen to get through their set. That's the 40-metre line. 10 in from the Arthur Lovell stand side. It's down the hands of Quinlan. Gives it off to Yorson. Thinks about giving it to Cherry. Still going. This is a breakdown. Bond juggles it. Still hangs on to the footy. Gives it off to Denny. Denny does a little bit of a goose step before he gets away from Ketu. Pollock, he gets away from him. Ketu comes back at him. And he's going to stand the tackle. Referee calls held 35 metres out. Last tackle. It's now with Yorson. And Yorson puts a crossfield kick out. Ballinger's not there. It's going to go. Well, almost juggles it. He's going to end up with it Armstrong. And Armstrong will beat the first, but not the second. He's going to be pulled down on the 20.
Yeah, interesting little kick there. He was obviously trying to get Jared Chambers interested out on that right-hand side. He just mistimed his run a bit, did Jared, and didn't contest the footy. But as I said, Yorston's pretty good with that right boot. Look for him to go to the air. Either dink kicks to Ballinger or out wide to his outside backs all day.
Tetau. Get up. Blind side. Goose-stepping run there from... Well, almost a loose carry there, but he's hung on to the footy in the end. Get up now, we'll pull a Vaya. Lock forward on the right edge with Freeman. Freeman, every side needs a redhead, and they've got a pretty good one here in Freeman. Doesn't mind a chat with the referee. So last tackle, so a good defensive set here from the Diehards. That's the 40-metre line behind McCullum. Late shot. Let's see what the referee does. And he's got the P in the whistle.
Look, I didn't think it was too late, but the fact that he attacked the knees there, I don't know if Jai Ballinger's a big man, so he got pretty low, but he went towards the knee. That's why I think it was more a penalty, not necessarily how late it was.
Today's day and age, you almost can't make any
just
contact
pull out,
because it's either you haven't wrapped your arms enough. Or I think he's made a genuine attempt at a tackle here.
See, it wasn't too late, was it?
No, he's made a genuine attempt to tackle. It wasn't late. He was just in the air.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why. If they're going to get there, why aren't they just doing the charge then? Why are they attempting a charge then? There's no way you can get penalised for an attempted charge.
If you don't regather it, they get 6 again, John.
Yes,
that's why.
Yeah, but instead they get a penalty. Oh. You know what I mean? So just stay out of it. Like, if you're going to do anything, make it a charge then. Otherwise, stay out of it altogether. You see what I mean?
No, I'm hearing you now.
Hey, am I going to have to calm this down all match, lads?
I'm fine. I'm not heated at all. I've got no veins popping out of my head. I'm good.
I've got stepbrothers too. Pulavea.
Well, he scored the first try last week, Pulavea. Let's see if he can go again here.
Garn, one of 4 hookers out the field. Tommy Butterfield, he's another one. Here we go with Kyle Van Claveren. He gets the offload. Big hit. Shot coming in there from Tatali. And he's copped up the footy, and that will be a scrum feed to the Diehards.
Yeah, really nice play from Eddie. Read the play superbly. Come in, makes the exceptional tackle on his outside man, just makes the correct decision, and Sam Armstrong got absolutely hammered. I think he was juggling the ball anyway, but exceptional play from Eddie Tartali here.
Yeah, I think if you tie Ingebrigtsen and Nathan Hughes, you've just done a big tick on your little clipboard there, because they would have practiced that all week. West shifted early, fast and wide, and straight away they had to defend their edge, and they defended it well.
As Kyle Van Claveren shown his hand already by passing. Generally in the last month he's actually ran a lot more, but probably does a lot more in his own end of the footy field. But that time he got the pass, and yeah, just the defence came up. It's with Yorson goes for a daft and dummy half. The 2 big stars of the game come together.
I wouldn't be worried about KVK's bag of tricks. It's pretty deep.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about bags of tricks. I've been copying and pasting all week from the Valleys people saying that Sean Yorson didn't have any, put 2 super tries on the park against Norman. I've been copying it ever since Boyton gets up to play. Quick play the ball. Here they go here. And the West Brisbane Panthers, where they caught napping a little bit as a block forward in Dempsey. And Dempsey's got some metres under his belt there. Gets across the 40, almost to the 30. Mears is a dummy half here. Now the big fella, Jared Cherry. And Cherry gets the offload to Mears. Panthers had their backs turned for a moment. It's in the hands now of Ballinger. Ballinger gives it off to Rashun. Denny tries to put it, don't argue, on Ketu. And he's going to take the tackle with the jersey over the top of his head. Last tackle, 10 metres out from the try line. 10 in from the Winnemanny Elite Club side here at BMD Cougar over. Yorson, does he crossfield kick? Grub a kick in between the uprights, and that'll go dead. Short in goal areas here at BMD Cougar over. We have to get used to that.
Yeah, he was aiming for the post there. He obviously put a little too much grease on that one, and he was aiming for the post for the bounce off. The Valleys players knew it. They were streaming through, but he just didn't get there his mark, unfortunately.
Both sides defensively at the moment have been really strong. No sides sort of look like scoring, have they? Both their edges are working well. And Panthers here now starting to roll up the field.
10 minutes in, as you mentioned, real arm wrestle with this defensive systems they both applied.
Yeah, Pull be flat-footed. You're going to have to do some Hitting the ball with pace. He's going to try and break this giant blue wall, and this man Folds is capable of doing. He's also got some serious wheels, Lachlan Folds, if he gets into the gap the first 10 to 15 metres. We saw him do it against Normie at Graceville. Now Pulavea again gets the footy. Yawson around the ankles. Thinks about the offload, hangs onto the footy, screaming for a penalty. Doesn't get it against Cherry. He'll get up, stands over the top of him like a bird of prey, and that's with Lachlan Folds in the first ball received. Only one way to go for Big Lockie, and that's straight ahead into the arms of Jack Mears. He'll stand the tackle. It's the last tackle for the Panthers. They're 30 metres out. Tommy Butterfield. Grubber kicks through here, coming through, takes it nicely down as Freeman. Freeman
second kick.
Back inside goes Strasser, and Strasser reaches out and scores. Oh, what a try to the West Brisbane Panthers. Forwards combining, lovely stuff.
Oh, it's the second kick as well. Butterfield, he takes it all the way to the line here, and Freeman sees exactly what he's trying to do, floats up on the inside, picks up the ball, and then puts his own little grubber kick through, and Strasser, as he does, a good lock forward, following through the middle, slams it down next to the sticks. Great stuff. Great expansive play from the Panthers, and they are over first here in this grand final.
Well, it's the way Butters sold it. He made all the gestures that he was going to go high. Grubber through to Freeman, picks it up, always beware of the second kick. Freeman puts another one through, Strasser under the sticks. It's Butterfield, the work there that he did to try and trick the defence into thinking that he was kicking high. That also causes Bond to react. He's pushing backward. He's worried about where the try line is he in goals? He starts thinking about all the other things in the footballing world in his mind. Then again, the short kick comes and Freeman's on the way through.
Well, you thought the way this game started, it was going to take something different to open the scoring here, and there you see a kick from Tommy and then a kick from Freeman as well opens it up. So nice to get the first points for the Panthers, that's for sure. They'll be feeling good about that one.
Yeah, they're trying to get through it all early, aren't they? All the bag of tricks. Try wide, try grubber.
Colban Clavering converts to try 6-0. Just like to see the Valleys go to their strengths at the early start, soften up the middle of the West Brisbane Panthers, throw Boynton, Cherry, Ballinger at this line. I mean, they've got to just actually use their muscle while they've got it and while they're fresh.
They haven't used Ballinger much to start this match, and look how big he is. He's a huge man. You need to get to him. Early ball, late ball, doesn't bother me. Ball on the edge, ball in the middle, just get it to him.
Do it the right way. Give it to him in shape so he's one-on-one with a half. He can get those long-rangey arms open.
Well, watch out for the bounce here. It's going to come off the chest. He's going to say a hand in it. Yes, referee Meechin says so. So the Valley's all right. They've got an opportunity at 21 metres out from the line. The moment that thing bounced and said, uh-oh.
Just look down to Sean Yawson. He's pulled a conductor's wand out of his pants here. He's got 20 metres to work with, and he's going to play this set exactly like a fiddle, I reckon. Pull his players in the right direction, maybe a short ball to Ballinger, something like that to create opportunity. But they're all going to be knowing what their job is.
Well, see, I don't understand this. Why is Josh Boynton going to play the ball? They should have a little man play it and get these big forwards rolling towards them. But anyway, I could be wrong. Let's see what happens with that Dempsey. Dempsey has the first crack of the line. That's one. Mears waits for Quinlan. Out the back, Yawson, they put it through the hands early. This is only the second tackle. It goes into the hands of Jai Ballinger. So that's two. Yawson a dummy half. Charging forward, Cherry standing in the tackle. There's 4 Panthers on him. Oh, it's a Serengeti. He'll get up. Dart from dummy half. Oh, comes out line, trying to roll over and score the try there as Ballinger. Mears copped a shot and back play there from his opposite in McCullum. The referee say held up.
Yeah, that's desperate from the Panthers. Really nice play on their own try line there. Husky, Tatel, Kyle Van Claveren, Puliavea all there to hold up the big man, Jai Ballinger. I thought he was over for all money there.
Not done yet. Hand out. Yawson, blue and white in motion. Strasser comes in and shuts the play down with a ball and all tackle. They'll stand right in front of the uprights. Last tackle now here for the Diehards. Mears puts a grubber kick in a banana one. It's hit the crossbar. Strasser there to save the day. That's what you were talking about before. Taylor Brown aiming for the uprights.
Yeah, it throws everyone off. If you aim for the uprights and get him, you see Kyle Van Claveren was in a perfect position, but just missed scooping it up as he was distracted by the ball hitting the upright.
It's a Marlon Doak special.
It is. Not a bad little set there from the Diehards as they concede a penalty now, but they hit a few points. They asked enough questions, and sure, they didn't get any result, but they're asking the right questions and getting the answers to maybe produce a better result next time they're down here.
Interesting there, that penalty for holding down the ruck. Let's just see how the referee applies that to every tackle, because I thought that wasn't too bad compared to some I've already seen. Maybe he's making a mark, but I mean, the game's 15 minutes old nearly, so.
I thought it was a Jared Cherry special, one of those forearm tattoos to the face somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. gets up and you see the ink.
You've got to be.
There's a high shot too,
Well,
so
hang on, the referee's going to call him out. The clock stops. 26 minutes.
They're all 7 foot tall, ref. That's what.
Jared Cherry is one of the captains out there with Sean Yawson. There's going to be a shoulder charge against Jared Cherry. We saw a player sent to the sin bin in the first half, didn't we? In the reserve grade game, Cameron Anker. What was that for? Was that for a?
There was a high shot, came
yeah.
flying out of line. Josh Spear, one of the Panthers co-captains, and really hurt them in the end there.
Goes on report. Oh. But you really don't mind going on report and getting rubbed out for 3 weeks for the start of the season next year.
Well, if you win,
Hey, you got to do a job for your team. You're doing a job for your team. That's what you're doing.
Exactly right. Taylor Brown, experience. Ran into Michael Egan pre-game. He said, "Oh yeah, Taylor and Brown and I both butted heads a couple of times together." I said, "What, on Wednesday night?" Judiciary for Lavaya.
Yeah, we have week on, week off.
Yeah, exactly right. We're passing each other. Morning, Michael. Morning, Taylor. Dart from dummy half. Going, no look pass, it gives it to Freeman. Sean Yawson just absolutely monstered him. Sean Yawson doing a lot of tackling in this game at the moment here. He's trying to get through as McCullum gets the offload of Freeman, steps off the right, then the left, then the right, and tries to get past Joey Bond and close to the line. Joey Bond just hung on for grim life. Dart from dummy half, and Garn, he's going towards the uprights as well, right in front of the chook pen, which is 3/4 full. Big day here at BMD Cougar. Big dummy from Freeman. Fell for it, nobody.
That was huge.
That was, he threw the stitches out of the ball. That's how far he threw it without actually chucking the pink skin. Grubber kick in, end over end, down to Bond, has to tidy it up and takes it dead in goal. Line drop out, good play Panthers.
Yeah, nice control there from Jared McCullum. Crafty 580 is. He's been a big part of this Panthers' success all year. Sums up the situation well, puts it on his left-hand boot, and Bond had no chance, just had to take it over the dead ball line there and concede another set coming up for the Diehards to defend.
The way he kicked that into the ground on purpose to have it bounce up, he knew he had runners coming through and it was going to hold up perfectly. That's
what about
skill.
this?
This is dangerous. Short line drop out. I would have used the breeze in my back and to absolutely send that into the car park at the other end. But anyway, Rhys Kennedy's going to come up with a footy. So they got one tackle 15 metres out from the try line. Will they make them pay the Panthers? Well, time will tell. It's with Garn, and Garn, that gets within 8 metres of the try line. Tackle there is Cherry. Quick play the ball. Long pass finds McCullum. McCullum turns it on to Tommy Butterfield. Oh, twice in one game. Oh, can we have a sample, please, Tommy? What have you had? What's going on?
Yeah, a bit of a pressure reliever for the Diehards. I'm not sure they quite earned it. They look like they were in all sorts of trouble. West look good. They were moving the ball well, running through the middle. I think there's just been a few opportunities where Garn's jumped and no one's pushed with him. And if
was thinking the same,
if someone pushes with him, it's 4 points
gonna
every
open
day
up,
of the week. Yeah,
100%. Garn's jumped out. He's really nippy out of there. He can find some space, and you're right, Taylor. A couple of times he's been looking for a support player, and they would have went in untouched there. But yeah, Panthers starting to really get into their attacking rhythms here. They're looking better in attack when attacking the line. I know it didn't come to fruition there with Tommy Butterfield, but they do look a lot better than how they started the match.
Ballinger tries to go between the shoulders of two Panthers players, and Ozzy Tuwangi. Slow play the ball. Now, see, this should have been a similar penalty for what Ballinger was charged. He's blown up a little bit there as Jai Ballinger, because that's what he got penalised for at the other end of the field. Again, slow play the ball. The Panthers are winning the wrestle because probably the referees allowing them to do so. That's just my little, argument against being consistent. Dempsey now spins and turns and tackle. He'll get up. Mears from dummy half. Gives a big Charlie's out in the punt. That's Carl Ely.
Oh, he's good, this young bloke. He's really good.
He's a nephew of David Solomona. Do you know that?
Oh, he's a nephew of Thor, the god of thunder, because I can just hear him pounding the hard turf of BMD Cougar. I hope Joey Bond thinks about a flick pass here. His mates have to come in so he doesn't get poleaxed into the turf here. Last tackle for the Diehards. Yawson, crossfield kick. Freeman comes through. Is it late? Has to be consistent and late. Referee says play on. Beats one, beats two. Still going. Does a jinking run here, spins out the tackle there to Armstrong. He scored 5 tries. Still going is Armstrong. Oh, he's the man on the moon. Go, Neil. Offloads it out the back here. Referee says penalty.
They didn't need that, the Diehards. They really did not need to concede one there. I mean, the Panthers probably got lucky there for that late shot that Chris Freeman come along with there on last play, but that was a great kick return from Armstrong. He made about 40 metres. The Diehards just need to settle there and try and get up quickly into the next runner. They don't need to rip at it, because now they're going to be attacking the line again, the Panthers.
Talk about a game of moments. Valleys could have argued extensively for a penalty on the kicker, and then a bit of frustration for Collins. He's given away a penalty. So instead of getting 6 again, you're now defending your own line. It happens like that.
Yeah, they're standing on the 20 of the Diehards. Tommy Butterfield catches that one. Tommy, well done. He's got the hang of it now. Gets up and wobbly old pass here from McCullum.
There's 10,000 people in PNG that are going to roast you for that,
they're
mate.
losing meters left, right and centre. Oh, well, I've been roasted all week. Why not?
Death threats for that
one.
one.
Hell of a feed if you're going to put me on the spit, ladies and gentlemen, at the next bar mitzvah. I go for a dart from dummy half and out the back to Aussie Tawangi. Flat-footed, spins and turns. He's going to be pulled down there by Dempsey. They're 21 metres out from the try line. The dummy half Garn goes for a run. Freeman was coming across there. Big shot there from Mears. Cuts down his opposite, number 9. Kyle Van Claveren, dummy half. Tommy Butterfield scored 4,000 tries. Still trying to get through. Tommy Butterfield, there's the chalk. Close. Last tackle now here. And dummy half is Garn. Garn, what does he do? Gives it off to Freeman. Freeman loses the footy changeover.
Oh, there's another one of those experienced players that have coughed it up on the last. Unfortunately for West, because they look like they're the better side attacking the line, but it just broke down there on the final play. And Valleys, they'll evade that one again. 6 points to 0. The score remains here. The Panthers over the Diehards.
Taylor Brown, it's just what grand finals bring out. Even the veterans, the legends have played thousands of games of footy, internationalists. It just brings out all the emotion and enthusiasm. Just anything can happen.
Sometimes it's just the pressure of these big matches. We see Tortali push off 100. That's the opposite end of the spectrum. You've got the pressure on you, and you can rise to the occasion.
Exactly right. There's a lot of pressure on some of these players with Josh Boyton now.
I can see Donovan warming up on that far sideline, having a little conversation with the coaching staff, so they might be looking to inject him with a few mistakes coming through the halves, and what a replacement in Bryce Donovan.
Put it on the storm move there, and there's a player who's been actually poleaxed at back plays. Josh Boyton goes charging forward. The trainer, well, he's obviously not from Penrith. He decided to actually have a look at the play before he put his arm in the air.
There it goes.
Injury. And so now that with Yorson puts the kick up here, Pollock has to fly. Nobody wants it. It's going to go end over end over end, and the referee's going to call a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know what Joe Bond was doing there. Joe Bond's going to shoulder charge in mid-air. He might be in a bit of trouble here when we look at the replay. But I thought it was Joe Bond on the ground, but unfortunately it's Joe Bond making an infringement.
Joe Bond might be off the ground.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the replay here.
The kick comes from Yorston. Chaser's coming through, and Rashawn Denny Ballinger. And there's Bond. Yeah, you're right, Taylor. Has no eyes for the ball. Takes out the man.
He knows what to do in the air, Bondi. He's a fullback. Instead, he's decided to take someone out.
That was a unique one, that's for sure.
Well, he has got a 00, so he is licensed to kill, is Mr. Bond.
It's funny that the Diehards are kicking to that side, though, because you'll notice Reece Ketsu actually stays in the line and Pollock goes back now. So they might want to try and kick early the Valleys Diehards and try and actually catch Ketsu out there, because when it gets late in the count, Pollock switches with Ketsu and goes back there, because Pollock believes he's better under the high ball, which we've seen him score a few tries. And we'll have a look at the late hit now as well, back on that one with the Diehards player down in Quinlan, and we see it there.
Butterfield hits him.
Butterfield, but there's nothing in that. If you run into the line with the ball in hand, you've got to expect to be hit. Yeah, it's. I thought it may be really brave of Quinlan to get up and continue playing. I was just having to think, if their 7 went down, what would they do? Probably put Dempsey to 9 and then Mears to half. Yeah. But fortunately for the Valleys Diehards, he's to his feet, looking good actually, Mr. Quinlan.
Yeah. I don't mean that in a harsh way. Tommy Butterfield is certainly a play, being very sarcastic. Wouldn't harm a fly on purpose. He just puts a shot on, but yeah, the Panthers get away with one as Pulavea. A bit of a jinking run there. Dempsey grabs him and
that's what you want, the energy there from Carly. He comes in, puts his body on the line and tries to show a bit of intent. Watch that more from Carly coming up in the next couple of plays.
To tell, I've noticed actually Taylor Brown, the West Brisbane Panthers, here comes Freeman. Beats the first tackle, beats the second tackle. Referee hasn't called hell. West Brisbane Panthers are going wider in the ruck with their play, staying away from the big men in the middle of the park here from the Diehards. They're trying to go around them, if you will.
Well, it's not even going around them. It's making them move early, trying to tire them out. So later in the game, it opens up through the middle. That's when you bring Donovan on at lock and all those quick players to go straight up the guts.
Garn slow to play the ball. That one, sorry, Tommy Butterfield's with Freeman. Turns it back inside. Kyle Van Claveren. Gets angle tap there, and he's on his way. Keep going, says the referee. Kyle Van Claveren close to the try line. Last tackle. He'll get up and play. It was Dempsey who knocked him off his balance in the initial play there. Grubber kick there, grabbed there by Mears. Has he knocked it on? Yes, he has. Panthers will get 6 more.
Yeah, I know Mears lost it there, but that play needed to be made. If Garn got that through, Butterfield was steaming all over that ball. He was sweating on it. But again, some outstanding play from the West Brisbane Panthers. Kyle Van Claveren slicing through. He had Tatau on his left, but just couldn't get to him. And if he had got to him, I think Tatau would have went over untouched.
Yeah, I just mentioned it, how they try to go wide, tire the plays out, then go through the guts. Dwan Dempsey made 3 tackles in that set before they decided to do an outside-inside ball on him, and he just couldn't get to Van Claveren. That's smart. They're picking a player in Dempsey, tiring him out, and then trying to attack him.
They're definitely looking the better of the two sides here, the Panthers, but this is what the Diehards do, isn't it, gents? They just hang in there, they give themselves a chance, they get back into the grind, and they play the footy they want to play.
The Diehards, they remind me a lot of the All Blacks, where they just know, even if they're behind, they'll play the whole 80 minutes, so they back themselves, they come away with the win here. They'll grind it out, they're not looking at the scoreboard at the moment. Even if the Panthers go in again, you can't wipe out the other Diehards. They've got too many game players out wide, and also Sean Yorston in the middle. But Joey Bond...
57 minutes in the grand final, John. You've got a lifetime ahead of you before it's... You've got a lifetime till half-time.
Yeah, but my lifetime... So Joey Bond, he's struggling out there, isn't he?
Well,
Grand finalist in 2017 with the Valley's Diehards, the only remaining member. Liam Hetherington played, he was the captain back in 2017. He played in the reserve grade final, so he's got himself another premiership ring and a comprehensive win, but
could just be a few smarts there. I'll also notice Bryce Donovan's out on the field now, jersey number 7, so watch for him in this attacking set.
So
Tommy's still out there as well.
Yeah.
Interesting where he's going to play.
I'd like to see him actually go into a lock or into the hooker role. Anyway, Pollock. Sit off now to Callum. Tommy Butterfield. Tommy, the little Energizer Bunny, tried to go through that brick wall and just bounced off. And yeah, he's like the hunchback of Notre Dame. That face rings a bell. One-on-one strip. I don't think you can do that. The referee's not really sure. Yeah, he's going to penalise. He's looking balanced like he's got the hands as cookie jar, and as Shaggy would say, wasn't me.
Tay, do you take the 2 here? Go out to 8?
I think you do. I think you take the 2 points as Kyle Van Claveren comes in. I'm just scanning across this West Brisbane Panthers side. I think, who's playing front row here? I think Chris Freeman's pushed to front row. Butterfield's gone to lock. So you've got Garn at 9, and Donovan's gone out to left half. So they've got a very small packet there at the moment, looking to take advantage through the middle. Well,
the funny thing, the biggest player out there is actually Pulavea, and then second biggest might be Kyle Van Claveren, and then Ozzy Twangi.
Well, Brandon Downey's pretty tall, but he's pretty skinny as well. He's not
6'2",
thick.
He weighs the same as he did when he was born.
He's not like John and I, thick.
Exactly.
Couple of C's in that bad boy.
He certainly knows where the trial on. He hasn't had much of the footy either.
They got one on the bench there in Charlie Kopati. They're one of your thick boys, Taylor. He'll come on and provide a bit of an impact. But other than that, they got Ben Mathau. He's a sort of dynamic ball runner as well. And Jack Walters, who's another hooker. So you look at that whole Panthers side, they're all sort of nifty players, aren't they, that can find a bit of space in and around the ruck.
Well, Van Claveren actually belted that one. The breeze is swinging around. I was downstairs there before. It shifts from the northwest to the northeast. But interesting this afternoon, the West Brisbane Panthers will run with the breeze in their face and also with the sun in their eyes here at BMD Cougar Oval. 4 p.m. kickoff. It's going to be setting right in their faces. But at the moment, we've got to finish this first half. 15 minutes to go, 8-0 with that penalty kick for Kyle Van Claveren. Now we've got 55 footies on the field, and we're going to look over there as Ty Ingramson has the familiar stance, hands behind his back with a brand new pair of white socks. He's like David Beckham, brand new pair of white ones every day.
They go to Ketu again, didn't they?
Without the Nike sponsorship, though.
It's outstanding.
Probably hurts a bank account. Brand new, 365 pairs a year.
He should be on TV as a Bond villain. Gets across the 40, and then you've got the mastermind behind him in Nathan Hughes and Zach Ward.
Pushing through the middle here are the Panthers. They know that's where they're going to get him.
Pulavea, he's still out there. Runs into Sean Yorston. Pulled down, and he's out there as big Charlie Gallo. You can tell because there's a hell of a shadow behind him.
Yeah, if he moves a little bit to the left, I might be able to get underneath that.
I might be able to see the 55 people behind him. time back on. Tommy Butterfield takes the line. Tommy puts their head down, drives through, and Boynton grabs him, wrestles him to the ground, 30 metres out. Kick from Donovan. It's pinpoint. Bond flies and takes the footy. Good take there from Joey Bond. There's a couple of Panthers down. I'm not really sure what Cole Van Claveren's remonstrating about, because actually he's knocked off balance by one of his own players, I thought, unless he's looking for a block play. 6 to go, says the referees. That's the first time I've seen it in the 2 grand finals I've called today. Did you have a 6 to go? I don't think
so.
I saw it either. So the referee's waving the arm around for the first time.
Smart end to the set there by Donovan. Goes to the air, uses the wind. Yeah, he's a real...
Here he is, lads. He's out there.
Just thunders around here. There's kids on the jumping castle who've stopped thinking...
He's got it again, 2 in a row.
Well, he's just walking along. Twangy can grab him.
Mate, I had this argument last week with Glitto and a few others. How much do you reckon he weighs? Jason, I reckon 140. I reckon pushing 140. 135 maybe?
Joey Bond gets away, gives it off to Mears. He gets it off to Yorston. Bond inside. Yorston all the way to the try. Sean Yorston opens the game up. He's charged through. Sean Yorston. I don't need him on the left or to the right. I'll do it myself, and he's over.
What a try for the Diehards to open their account, and it's through that man, Sean Yorston. We spoke about in pre-game how dangerous he can be, but on this occasion, all the work was done from his inside runners. Some great offloads there, especially the one from Jack Mears to find Yorston. He had Bond with him as well, but opted not to use him. Good, clean set of heels, gets all the way to the try line, and the Diehards, they really needed that try. And as we look at the replay here, it just all goes to hands here. Lovely play from some of the forwards here and Joey Bond. There's a great offload, but look at this one from Mears. I love it. Around the corner, then Yorston beats McCullum. He also beats Cole Van Claveren and Bryce Donovan, then runs another 20 to score next to the sticks. What a try. Outstanding piece of play.
Really smart football there by the Valley's Diehards. Ballinger on the inside to Bond is the real link in this play. As you see him pop up on the inside. Smart footy, looks on the inside here, gets the offload away. Yeah, Mears straight through the middle. Smart footballers, those three. Yorston as well. Just had the wherewithal to hold the ball there. Didn't need to do too much. And manages to get 4 points. Valley's straight back in this one. Thought 8 points was enough. It's nowhere near enough.
No, it's never enough. I mean, West Brisbane Panthers, they're the front rowers, they're the bow rows, and you just wait for the Maccabi Divas in the blue and white colours to come around the outside. Enforcer on his back, Mick Dittman or somebody like that. The Diehards, this is a grand final. They'd like nothing better than roll out winners after after getting rubbed out by the West Brisbane Panthers in the prelim final last year. So conversion successful, 8-6.
Yeah, they were heavy favourites last year as well, the Diehards, to go on and win the whole comp. Of course, the minor premiers curse struck again this year, didn't it, John? But
yeah, you're right, mate.
Yeah, it's interesting. They started this season, and they would admit it as well, not in the greatest form, but the back end of the year, they've put some really good performances together, some real team performances. They haven't blown teams off the park, but they've done just enough to always get the job done.
They were really impressive last week against Normanby, mate. It was just the way they built into the game and kept getting better and better. It was really impressive.
Well, Normanby got away to a flyer in that one as well. See, they scored first, if memory serves, and they just came back and
they did score.
It doesn't bother the Valley's Diehards. You can score, but we'll match it in the back end of the game. In the words of the prophet Mark Glidden, you score more points, you win a grand final.
Hasn't that blown up?
Hasn't it? 30,000 views on the NRL roast. Glitto, at the moment he's up there. Actually, they're putting gold body paint all over him. They're going to put him on the back of a truck this afternoon. It'll be Glitto.
Simon Fordham's probably calling him right now. 30,000 views. Welcome.
Okay. Stand in this tackle. Held, says the referee. That's a halfway line right in front. Sean Yorston.
Did he drop that?
Oh, he's going to say yes. Well, that's well spotted. Sean Yorston, 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Wow. Must have just left his fingers.
Well, he's had a diamond, now he's got a rock. See it out the back from Mears. Wasn't the greatest ball, and it does just hit the turf. He had his hands on there, though, didn't he, Taylor?
Yeah, but if you're using the turf to
hold,
regain, to hold possession, that's classified as a knock-on. So interesting to see the setup the Panthers have here. They're going 3-3 with quite attacking duress on both sides. So let's see where they choose to go and who they're attacking.
Go towards Van Claveren and Pollock on this right edge. Cole tries to get through there, and he's going to be pulled down there by Ashton Denny, along with a little bit of help there from Charlie Gallo. Pollock from dummy half. Pollock, a lot of Trust Super Cup experience with the North Devils. Well, played nearly 100 games.
Switch Jets too.
Yeah, there you go. Pulavea tries to get between two of the biggest humans on the park. He's still going to stand the tackle there as the lock forward. 21 metres out. Garn looks left and right. Decides to go left to Chris Freeman, first receiver. Gives it off now to Donovan.
Oh, good ball.
It's tied up there, and there's a tackle there from Chambers. Chambers has to get back into the line here. Well, they're going to go the other way here, the Panthers. The replacement player there is John Mathio. Mathio is going to spin and turn the tackle. He's going to come up with an error. First hand. First time he's touched the footy coming on.
Yeah, a bit excited. I know what it's like. You sit on the bench, you're full of anticipation. You want to make an impact. You come on, and it's not necessarily the right way to exert that energy in a drop ball. So they look good there, the Panthers. Donovan in and away to the short ball to Strasser. So it's a miracle defence there by the Diehards. Stop that.
It's dangerous how many creative plays this Panthers side have. I mean, look across the park, I just can't wrap my head around it. But yeah, Ben Mathau, as we saw on the replay there, just thought that he held on to the ball. As we saw on the replay, it sort of went into the back of a Diehards player. So that's why the referees made the correct decision.
So the Diehards will try and get it out from their end zone.
Touched by Daniels there.
Well, that's good from Panthers. 8-6, 8 minutes remaining. It's Freeman involved, along with Mathau. That's the 30. Jack Mears is a dummy half. Panthers left a little bit early for mine, but never mind, play on. Gets the offload there as Gallo. Skipping and dancing there is Dempsey, and Dempsey still beats one. Pushes off Crispin, still going. Chris Freeman jumps on his back and rides into the Cougar Eye Oval turf. Halfway line has been crossed. Freeman, Darts goes left, then right. Gives the offload now to Tatali, and Tatali will get over the 30, or 40 to say, almost to the 30, 10 in from the upper level stand side. Mears gives it off to Dempsey again. Nobody's with Dempsey, still going. Pulled down Strasser over the top. Last tackle, Diehards. 25 out. Mears, big back line here for the Diehards. Taking the line is Quinlan. Short ball, Belgian gives it off to Sean Yorson. Yorson looking for a double, throws it out the back. It's been touched by Panthers. No, it's still last, says the referee. Mears puts a banana kick in, end over end, and Pollock knocks it down in goal. Oh, what passage of play and a line dropout.
Oh, he had to play it, Pollock, didn't he? But some great play there from the Diehards. And that's where they're going to get the Panthers, that second phase footy. That's where they've been catching them out. A few offloads, Shawnee Yorston going through again. And I thought he was over for all money. Then he chucked the looping sort of dreamland pass out the back. And nice little kick here on the back end from Miz, just to have enough there to bounce up to Pollock's hands.
That's exactly what I was going to mention, Cam. That's off the cuff footy, chips it over the top, just holds up enough for Pollock to have to play it. Oh, beautiful by Jack Mears.
Cowley over the 30, so they got 6 tackles to cover 28 metres. Mears, Dempsey's, drunken sailor, finally takes the tackle. He lost his footing there a little bit. A lot of traffic on BMD Cougar Oval this year. He's going to get a lot more tomorrow night. They come away with the trophy at Moreton Daly Stadium, whatever it's called up there at Dolphin Stadium. There you go. They can beat the North Devils, which they haven't been able to do all year. Nobody wants to tackle him. Finally gets pulled down.
He'd been really good, Tatali, every touch he's had.
Mears. Quinlan. Sean Lawson turns it back in underneath there. Jai Ballinger, half volley, picks it up there. There's Quinlan. Still going. He's going to be ridden to the turf there by McCullum. Last tackle, Diehards. 8 out from the try line. 8-6. Mears, banana kick. Has it been played at? No. Still the last tackle. Mears gives it off, and it's going to go into touch here. It's going to say it's going to be
I think
touched.
Ketu touched this here, yeah.
Valleys might get it again. Well, interesting, because I thought it was actually touched by a Panther before that.
No, I think it came off the toe. Then, he's batted over the sideline there and off there.
He's played at that.
Yeah, I thought so too. In order to save a try here, you look at Pollock. Pollock touches it.
But once again, Taylor, it's Jack Mears just chiming in when he needs to, doing all the right things here. But again, it's just offloads that are keeping this Panthers side at bay at the moment. They might break them open again here, the Diehards.
Well, Ballinger one-on-one.
Well, Jack Mears has worked out the in goals here of BNB Cougar. They've been pinpoint lately. Sean Yorson a bit too much heat last time. Yorson gives it off. Oh, it's going to be touched by a Panther, and that will be a scrum feed to Valleys again.
I don't think Charlie Gallo knew it was touched by a Panther because he had an opportunity to dive on it, possibly salvage a try. But, beautiful work here in the lead-up. Look at this one-on-one. Yorson gets Gallo straight in there.
Jared McCullough
he had to do
flying
that.
out,
He had
didn't
to do that. If he didn't do that,
Charlie.
he would have been one-on-one with
Well, the
Gallo
other thing
2
that would
metres
stop
out.
Charlie from scoring that try was that whopping big building behind him.
He might run through it, John. If he scores one. Imagine if he scores a match winner.
If you've got to put down the whole cartoon where there's an outline of a guy going through a brick wall, that would have been Charlie Gallo.
Run straight ahead, stop before the building, put the ball down.
Yeah, that's the idea. Stop before the building, Charlie.
Oh!
Oh, lovely stuff for Sean Denny. Russian Denny scores in the corner. Oh, they got it on a string. What a magic act that was.
Well, what about the work from Corbin Daniels? That is tremendous play. He's playing on the wing, but him and Rashawn have obviously swapped for this scrum play. Gets on the outside of his man, puts the little flick pass through. Rashawn goes over in the corner. And that is extraordinary play from the Diehards. They hit the front here with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, great communication here by Daniels and Denny just to get the ball away. It did look maybe it was a touch flat or forward, but I've played with Corbin Daniels in the BRL A grade. He's so skillful that he actually played a lot of games at 5'8" for the Dolphins a couple of years ago. He's obviously had that conversation with Rashawn. You're the speed in this scenario, mate. I'm the skill. You get on the paint and run as fast as you can, and I'll get the ball to you. So that's just,
it gets them both interested, doesn't he? You see there, Taylor. Ketsu's already in, and then Pollock thinks, oh, I don't know here. Comes in, makes the decision. Corbin Daniels says, thank you very much. Flick out the back, then he goes over.
Well, it's that sitting on the chair. You hear the outside backs in rugby league talk about it. Once you stop moving, you're in trouble. You're dead in the water. And unfortunately, stopped dead in the water there and been caught out for it by Corbin Daniels.
Well, this is what we spoke about, isn't it, gents? The Diehards, they just hang in there, don't they? They just hang around, and then if they get some possession like we've seen, they can score some brilliant tries like we've seen. It's great stuff from them.
They don't look at the leaderboard. It's like a golfer coming up the last. You don't look at the leaderboard. You just keep playing your game. And they don't care about what's happened by the opposition. That kick's going to just wait. But you hear it all the time, don't you? You say, we play our own game. We don't worry about the opposition. That's exactly what Valleys are doing. They're just playing their own game. They don't care what the scoreboard is. They worry about what they do wrong, not what the Panthers are doing wrong. And they're just grinding out these wins. And, yeah, Russian Denny, well, he knows where the try line is. That was a great wingers try. Cole Van Claveren will restart with 90 seconds remaining in the first BRL Premier A grade grand final for 2021. And Cole puts it high into the sun. They're coming through. Quinlan takes it easy and boom, away he goes Carly. Well, he came all the way out of the juke pen, the big fella. He'll get up and play it on the 20. Bit of push and shove in the background. A run from dummy half here now from Chambers, and Chambers will get almost to the 40. Mears, Diehards aren't done. Not wanted now. Well, the Panthers, play on, says the referee. Did they get it past the advantage line to keep playing? Cole Van Claveren maybe just, and the referee's going to go play on. The advantage might only have been half a metre.
Under a minute here for the Panthers to try and get back in front.
6 to go, says the referee. Butterfield tries to get through there. He's going to be squashed there by Cherry. Get up and play it. Freeman playing first receiver, gives it off to Donovan. Donovan half a gap here. Donovan almost gets through there. Pulled down there by Collins, a late inclusion. Collins gets up and play. No markers. Sees that's the opportunity. Goes through there and it's Garner. Garner's going to lose the footy. And the run at dead in goal with Mears with 20 seconds to go. You're going to do a line drop out. Oh, well, they got 30 seconds to do it, so...
Oh, he's classy, Callum Garn, isn't he? I thought he was appealing for a penalty here. If he just pegged it back, he might have went to the try. And look how close he got in the end, and the ball eventually came loose. Referee's called a knock on. I think they're bringing it out here for a play the ball for the Diehards.
Yeah, I'm a bit I don't know what happened there. I thought that was a penalty too. The markers were clearly not on. Donovan picked a gap, accelerated through it. It was an outstanding run. And I just thought they might have had a chance to maybe kick a goal and level it up before the half. I don't know what the call was there and how that was made. But anyway, we go into the half.
Half time here. 10-8 in favour of the Diehards with a rush in Denny just before half time. Cameron Anker, Taylor Brown, myself, John Levine, Brad Talon will jump in here with all the stats from the first half, and we'll run through the highlights with you at the moment. But at the moment, it's an evenly poised game, 2 points apiece. Taylor, what did you make of the first half?
Yeah, I just think both sides are playing some really strong football, really good defensive football. The Diehards just seem to be in their rhythm a bit more, in their own game a bit more.
Yep.
The execution for the Panthers is something that's always it needs to be bang on. The way they play football, they need to execute. They need to stick the last pass. They need to hold the pill. Unfortunately, it's not really happening for them this afternoon. Butterfield's had 2 errors. Freeman's had some important errors down the other end. Garnes had some opportunities pushing through and no one's going with him.
Yep.
Rugby league, and especially grand finals, are about moments, and unfortunately they're on the wrong end of that at the moment.
Yeah, that halftime scoreline reads the Valley's Diehards 10, the West Brisbane Panthers 8. As you see there, 2 tries to 1. A couple of conversions each. There's a few errors there, Taylor, for each side. 8 for the West Brisbane Panthers, 7 for the Valley's Diehards, and 1 line break to 0 there, the Diehards over the West Brisbane Panthers.
And yeah, it's been an interesting half. The penalties are interesting. 6-0 the penalties to the Panthers in the first half. Just the 1-6 again, that went to Valleys on the first tackle down on their own line. So yeah, offloads, 4 from Valleys, 1 from West. So West not really trying to push the offloads. Missed tackles, 11 from the Panthers and 8 from Valleys. Saw the handling errors there. The completions, West have only completed 10 out of 17. Valleys 12 out of 16, so slightly better for the Panthers. They've had 52% of the ball. Slightly better for the Diehards. They've had 52% of the ball. All ball in opposition 20, 15 tackles for West's 10 for Valleys. Opposition half, Panthers 33, Valleys 27. So the Panthers have had slightly the better of the field position, particularly in the first part of the game. They had better of that. And once again, I sort of said in the preview that I thought that West would get out of the blocks and go really well, and Valleys would wear them down. I didn't expect Valleys to be in front at half time, I must admit. I thought the Panthers would leave at half time, but yeah, an extra bonus there for Valleys. As we said, West flew out of the box, but gee, the Diehards, they just hung in there and found a couple of late tries.
We'll get set for the first half highlights here at BMD Cougar Oval, and what a half it was. These two rivals going toe-to-toe again. It was Tommy Butterfield setting up the first try. Little kick into Chris Freeman, who in turn puts another little sweeping kick to the left-hand side. Strasser steaming through, slams it down next to the 6. The Panthers open the scoring there, and a great try it was.
Yeah, Gallo playing the ball here. Mears jumping out. Outside-inside play here to Bond. Has some numbers on him. Manages to get the offload away, and they push in numbers. Yorston gets his hand on the ball. You've got Quinlan. Daniels in support. He doesn't need anyone. Brushes off Donovan, Van Claveren to score and really open the account for the Diehards.
He had spiders on him there, Yorston, didn't he?
Yeah, he's had great, hasn't he, Sean Yorston? He's the veteran. Since he's come back into the side, he's made every post a winner for the Diehards. And just that experience there, just that, that cool, calm head. But he showed a good turn of speed there.
Yeah, absolutely. Then that final try there we see from Rashawn Denny, a great ball from Corbin Daniels. Brad, like you said, the West Brisbane Panthers, they started the half probably the better, fair to say. They were attacking the line quite well. Probably could have come away with some more points. But as I said in live call there to Taylor and John, the Diehards, they just hang around, don't they? And and if they give themselves a chance, they'll take it.
Yeah, they've certainly seen that. You've seen that from the Panthers, that quick play, the ball quick out of it. I'm sure they'll come out in the second half. I think Callum Garnes probably just overplayed his hand a little bit today. I just think, we saw it probably last week. They mixed it up a bit more, whereas Callum's he played a brilliant game last week, but he's just got caught with the ball. A couple of errors. He just hasn't quite been on his game today. So, and Valley's, their defence, they've obviously, they've kept an eye on him. They've really made sure that they've targeted him. But it's really hard with that West side with all those little players running around. But Valleys, they've been pretty good in defence. Joe Bond's been great at the back. He's caught, he's been under pressure a couple of times. They've had a couple of players down with injuries. The Diehards, I don't know how badly they're hurt. I guess at this time you're always feeling a bit knocked around this end of the year. But they've had 3 or 4 players go down at various stages of that first half. So, if they're all not 100% into the second half, could be interesting. But the Panthers certainly aren't out of it by any means. It's a tight game.
And just before we go to the break, Taylor, I think it's the second phase footy that's really repelling the Diehards upfield, isn't it? When they get a few offloads, they start to really roll up the field, and you've got blokes like Yorston, Quinlan, Dempsey cruising through the middle, benefiting off those offloads.
Well, it's the benefit of size, Cam. When you have the size on your side, you tend to find the arm free. If you're running hard and you're getting one-on-one hits, you get the arm free for some second phase play, and then you're linking, and that's exactly what happened with that try. Bond gets the arm free, and then all of a sudden it just opens everything up left, right and centre for you. So I think for the Diehards, if they want to keep playing the way they play footy, continue this defence. That was their foundation in the first half. The way they defended that line, often when you're defending and they can't get through, that buoys you, that lifts you up, and you're saying, we're on today. And I think that's what happened in that first half. They knew they were on, they accelerated into the back end of that half.
Well, as you can see there, that halftime scoreline reads the Diehards with a slim lead over their rivals, the West Brisbane Panthers, 10 points to 8. We'll take a short break here at Cougar Oval, but make sure you hang around. We have got a huge second half coming up in the BRL A-Grade Premier Grand Final. We'll talk to you shortly.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Second half, 40 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Diehards 10, Panthers 8. We've been talking off air. Who do we think can win? We've had a bit of a wrestle. We've brought an octopus in to see if he can decide who's going to win it, and we ate it. Anyway, I can't split him. 2 points of difference, 40 minutes. Cameron Anchor, let's get your early tip as you wait for the referee Mitchum.
It's on a knife's edge at the moment, isn't it? Both sides going toe-to-toe. Both sides are really classy in their unique ways, but I'm going to lean towards the Panthers here, gents. I'm going to think the Panthers can have a strong second half and come home with the win.
Taylor Brown,
yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Look, I actually find it hard to argue with you there, Cam. I love the creativity of the West Side, and I think they just kind of choked themselves out with drop pill.
Yeah.
The game's about moments. Rugby league and grand finals are about moments, and they've been on the bad end of those moments this first half. They're going to have that conversation in the sheds. We've got 40 minutes to execute and stick to our game plan. They're going to be hard to stop, but look, if Shawnee Yorston just goes, right, I've got the breeze at my back, I'm going to kick into this corner and see how much you like running out of your own end.
And into the
that
sun.
could tell the story too.
I think West need to bring their outside backs in a bit more. We haven't seen much of Luke Pollock,
I haven't
nor
called
so
Downey.
Sam Armstrong or Brandon Downey.
I haven't heard Downey at all.
So I think they need to come in maybe for some early carries, some of those tough carries, get a touch of the pill, get some confidence up, and then start getting into their work.
Second half underway here. 40 minutes left of the 2021 Brisbane Premier A-grade grand final. Short kick-off. It's come off 1,000 people. It's like an AFL start, but the Valleys come up with a 40. Carly.
That's massive.
That
Short
is
kick-off
massive.
to start the second half in the grand final. That's a huge play from Valleys.
That's an Ipswich Jets play. It's now with Dempsey and Dempsey. Well, the shell-shocked here of the Panthers have got to defend. They should be on about the 40-metre line with a footy in hand. Gets up and play it. Mears, dummy half, goes himself. Short ball, charge on its Carly. Oh, the big unit score!
No, he knocked it off!
Oh, the referee, I thought he was stepping back to blow the whistle.
Oh.
He
Well,
picked his mark perfectly to Kali Jr. Ran as hard as he possibly could. He sells the dummy here. Freeman goes to the outside. Yeah, straight over the top. He almost gets over top of Van Claveren and Garn.
I tell you
Oh,
what,
done.
he should have got that down.
yeah, did he put it on a Panthers player?
He should
Danny
have got
Walker and
that
company
down.
there?
Yeah, the Valley's hierarchy there, lads. Enjoying their
The
day.
president, 11 years as the president, as Danny Walker, as the Panthers will feed the scrum with Bryce Donovan.
I could feel the signage shake there with the boys. They're a bit nervous.
Well, 4 years ago, 2017, they came from behind to defeat Redcliffe. Sorry, Tyler.
That's fine.
Strasser.
I was suspended anyway.
Of course you were, Mr. 100%.
100%.
100% suspension.
Check out some comedy. Check out his Instagram page. Oh, look at this. He's Chris Freeman. He did a lot of dancing. We didn't get all that far, actually, in the end, but he'll get up and play it. Tommy Butterfield playing in the lock. It's crazy. But if you ask him to do anything, you ask Tommy to jump off a building, he will for you. He's just that sort of a team man. He's passionate. As we see a party, I think, out in the park there. No, it's actually Johnny Mathau. Blindside. Donovan puts it high. It's going to go over Joe Bond. No, takes it in the end there, and he'll run it back into the field to play Joe Bond. Strass is waiting for it. Bounce out of that, but not able to tackle a Mathau.
He didn't look comfortable under that one, Joe Bond, so a credit to him. He took it in the end, but that's what Bryce Donovan brings. He's got a really classy kicking game. We'll see more of that as this game evolves.
I didn't feel comfortable.
He kicked that on purpose. It wasn't a spiral. It wasn't end over end. It was a bit of both. It was a great kick.
Denny now. It's 30. It's really quiet out in the middle of BMD Cougar Isle, not just on the field, but the bleachers, the chook pen. Everybody in awe of this contest. 2 points of difference. Ballinger wearing the number 11, normally the 17. These are Indigenous jerseys they're wearing today here, the Valley's Diehards. It's the last tackle. Gives it off now to Quinlan. Quinlan puts a Gary Owen up. It's a box kick. It's going to be taken easily in the back there by Pollock, and Pollock will take the tackle on the far side there from Denny. So not a great kick there unless the chase is coming through, Taylor Brown.
Mate, do you love Luke Pollock? I wouldn't say that was easy. He ended up on his knees. He was anywhere. Yeah. He took it well in the end, but I wouldn't say it was easy.
He made it look easy. Compared to me, mate, I think it's just, otherwise it's just...
What about the crowd here as well, gents? At Cougar Eye Oval, it's packed. As we see an error here from the Panthers, and look at the Diehards.
Well, look at the man that's hit him, Carly Jr.
What a
the
start.
Flying mullet.
What a start to the first half here. They go for a short kick-off here, Valley's Diehards. They nearly score underneath the crossbar. Now they've got another set of 6. They're pumped, and they know all they got to do is stay in the grind here. The Panthers, well, they're down by 2. They're not out of it. They're going to start winning the wrestle and going wide and using Downey into Ketu.
It's the two interchange player, Gallo down low and Kali up top. And it's just the contact, isn't it, Taylor? And the impact. And they just want to hurt blokes, don't they?
Yeah, when you talk about front rowers, and especially to come off the bench, people can say all stuff about leg speed, what lines they run. You could go through all these rugby league terms, but it's intent.
Yep.
Intent is what you want off your bench front rowers, and you come in with plenty of intent.
And they've got to come at the same pace as what the game is when they join. They can't have no time to warm up. As Collins has come onto the park, Mears gets the offload out to Quinlan, gives it off now to Carly. He says, thank you very much. I'll talk to you about that after the game.
No one's sending that.
Mears gets up, waits for the ball. To the left they go. Yorson has to reach out for that half a gap here. Sean Yorson almost gets there. Pulavea grabs him. 8 out from the try line. Diehards are threatening. Mears goes the other way here. The big fella, Charlie Gallo. He's close to the line. Big Charlie. He'll get up. 5 out from the try. Mears flat ball. Wasn't ready for
Who
that.
wants it?
Strasser gets up with a footy and Strasser goes. Spins and turns. Gets pulled down there by Cherry. You're right, Cameron Anker. That was thrown to absolutely nobody. It was a terrible pass and the Panthers come out with a big sigh of relief.
Well, Mears just wanted a runner. He could see there was space next to the sticks, but no one wanted it. No one wanted the peel. Strasser says, thank you very much.
Yeah, Gallo's normally the man there, but he actually he was in the play the ball.
It was Carly Jr. that was actually just a bit behind Ballinger, not in front of him. If he's in front of him, he scores untouched.
Donovan. Strasser. That's Jack Strasser.
Watch out, they've got 2 big men on the short side here. Donovan might have a go at that.
No, I'm going to go the other way. It's with McCallum. McCallum hangs on the 40. Hello. Thank you very much, Kyle Van Claveren. Well, Kyle got away from the big fella and Charlie Gallo. Last tackle now here there on the 40. McCallum. High. Bond coming through, as are a few Panthers. Oh! Gets up. There's Joey Bond. I don't know whether the 2 Panthers ran into each other, but Joe Bond.
Yeah, that was courageous from Joe Bond. Luke Pollock's hurt, but that was really courageous.
Perfect word for it, Cameron Anker. That was courageous from Joey Bond.
Just no thought of self-preservation there, just body on the line.
Quick play the ball here. They're winning the play the ball as well. Are the Diehards. Daniels comes up for a bit of work. Gets almost to the chalk of the halfway line. A bit of a bunch here from Valleys, but West Brisbane Panthers don't have the footy. Chambers driving. When Folds grabs him. It's the 40. Couple of tackles to go here for the men from Emerson Park. Yorson gives it off to Dempsey. Runs into Strasser. Along with Freeman. Now it's the last. Sean Yorson's to the left. It goes to Yorson. Puts a grubber kick over. Pollock takes that uncomfortably. with the breeze and the... Wow! Lost the footy.
Oh,
penalty, though.
Oh, penalty.
Penalty.
Wow, they're lucky there, Wes. Tell you what, they gave away possession there.
Is it for a high shot or for a
we're going to have a look at the replay. I don't think it was a high shot.
Definitely not
high.
Yeah, Yorston's around the ball there and just forces it loose. So it's a good call by the ref. If it went the other way, it would have been battle stations for the Panthers.
They're the little things that let the Diehards down. They got them pinned in a corner there. They don't need to have a rip of the ball there. They really don't. Just back you the fence, keep them in that corner. Make them kick long.
Now, I'd like to see, they've started the set here. They're going to get first tackle to the 40-metre mark. I'd like to see them use their good ball early. That's what they're good at, shifting
the ball's
the ball.
come loose. It play on. It must have been stripped.
Yeah, Ballinger's the guilty party. He blows up and he's lost it. Well, no advantage there, really.
He's holding play.
They want 10. West is saying they want 10 here. We'll have a look at the replay.
Yeah, the boys are blowing up. Chris Freeman's still walking
on the
forward.
Ballinger over the top. Let's have
There we go. Have a look here. Gunn comes to the ball.
Oh, swinging arm potentially there, Taylor.
Look, I don't think there was any intent in it. He didn't know where Garn's head was going to end
this
up.
One in reserve grade went to the bin. The game that I called, yeah.
But he was falling in the tackle and he came over the top. Honestly,
different situation. This one was falling in the tackle, but we'll see here.
Report. So he's got a couple of weeks off next year. There's more people on report here than.
But the games are won on moments like this. This now is a big momentum changer. It's going to fall in West's favour now. They'll be on the attack at the back end of this set. So
it's not just giving a bit of attacking set, bit of good ball. It's fired him up. They're saying send him to the bin, get rid of him.
Yeah,
maybe it ignites a bit of a fire in their belly, saying, "Hang on, fellas, they're going to stand over us. Not a chance." I know that gets all my competitive juices flowing.
Oh, big shot there.
Dempsey.
Yeah. Well, Matthew Pulavea runs in. Those shots are coming in. Carly around the ankles, and over the top there is Ballinger. 22 out from the try line. He'll get up and play it to the left-hand side. It comes in the hands of Freeman. Gives it off to Donovan. Strasser on the charge here. Good tackle. He had him already lined up from earlier to Chambers. He's always going to take out Strasser. Strasser gets up slowly to the middle of the park here. Folds. Gives it off to Jack Walters, who's out in the park here. And Walters, good quick play the ball. Nippy boys out there. Wasn't supposed to go to him, I don't think. It's going to come up with an error. I don't think they were supposed to go to Kyle Van Claveren. I think it was supposed to go out to the back there to McCullum.
Well, keep your eyes on Boyton here. He gets to the line late, and he knows that the only person that's going to get this ball is big Lockie Folds, I believe it is, and comes out and just attacks him. The way he comes out of the line here, you can see Boyton, he barely gets to the line, has eyes for one man, bang, puts the pressure on him straight away. Big play by Josh Boyton there.
Wasn't big, Kyle, was it? No, it was actually Lachlan Folds.
They're really resilient on their own line there, the Diehards. They only let in one try this afternoon, and that was from a couple of kicks. So they're really aiming up so far. We know the Panthers can attack and attack well, but struggling to get over that white stripe at this point.
So they're going to send out the...
There's a penalty.
Well, Panthers, I mean, they've just gone all the hard work and they just ruined it.
First,
Sean Yawson comes in, he settles down Jack Mears, who's giving a little bit of lip there to Pulavea. Not needed, as you said, Cam. Sorry, go on, mate.
No, first one there for the Diehards, first penalty.
That's what it is too. What's the penalty count, Brad? 8-1.
It's going to go on report. The QRL boys won't be very happy about that. They like to knock off.
They were clocking off at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they clock off Sunday afternoon after the Intrust Super Cup Grand Final. Now they're coming in on Wednesday.
Thursday night for 3 hours.
And after
that, yours always went for like 2 seconds. Guilty rubber stamp. 5 weeks.
And I just said, what? Called the wife and say, can we get on a flight to Bali? We've got some time.
Honey, we're out here, Cherry. Oh, that's heavy now. He's not a light man. Pulavea just absolutely lifted Jai Ballinger in the air here. Carnage, offloads. Trying to get through the gap there was...
It's getting a bit feisty here, isn't it? They're getting into each other.
Running like a 7 3/4.
30 minutes is a long time, Cam. If the boys are getting angry, it's going to really heat up.
It's a grand final. Everything on the line between the neighbours from Nunda and the Grange. Yawson allowed to run. Yawson still going with Sean Yawson. Rolls it out the back. He didn't need to throw the pass here. He'll be dirty with himself there, Sean Yawson. Did all the hard work.
That's what I spoke about pre-game. If he can get that edge defender one-on-one, he'll beat them 9 times out of 10. He did it on that occasion, but couldn't get past the fullback. He's so dangerous, Sean Yawson.
Yeah, I'm looking at the West Brisbane Panthers bench here. I don't think they have...
No, Strasser. Was it a forward pass?
Forward pass.
Yeah,
Kyle blows up.
I just think they need an injection. I don't think they've got the energy on the field after 10 minutes here. I think they need someone to come on. Husky T-Tau was outstanding in his first half. I think now's about time to bring him on and say, mate, bring something.
Yeah, probably Charlie Kaipati as well. You'd think about bringing him on for a bit of impact as well.
He hasn't been on the field yet, has he, Charlie Kaipati? And Jack Walters only just got on the field, so they barely touched their bench.
There's a big set here coming up for the Panthers. This is really big in the context of this match. If they concede here, I feel like they might drop their heads, because it's sort of all going the Diehards way at the moment. The momentum's with them, and if they can get one here, it'll put the Panthers on the back foot, that's for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. They've got Jared Chambers by himself out here on the right edge. One-on-one with 20 metres. Do they hit him?
They do.
Yeah, well, the Panthers have got the same numbers here. It's going to be a one-on-one issue with Brandon Downey, and Downey's going to grab Chambers by the jersey and waits for the reinforcers and Donovan to come around and pull him down. Held, says the referee. Doesn't actually go to the grass here. Coming swinging around there was Rashid Denny. And Denny, well, good defence there. Bryce Donovan was in there, so was Strasser. He'll get up and play it. Mears, there's a gap there. Does he see it? No, he goes to the left-hand side with Quinlan. Quinlan ball back under there to Cherry. And Jared Cherry gets towards the try line in front of the chook pen to the left with Quinlan. Throws a big dummy to Quinlan, and Quinlan will be wrapped up. Tackled there around the ankles there by Garn. Slow play the ball. Mears again. Flat ball trying to get across there now is Jared Cherry. He's denied as well. Panthers are hanging on here. He'll get up and play it. Mears. Grubber kick in, hasn't been touched. The hand might have gone on there by Dempsey.
No, knock on Diehards. Impressive defence from the Panthers on their own line. really desperate, Taylor, weren't they?
Yeah, now they're starting to stick together. Now they're starting to show that premiership grit. The form we've seen in the last couple of weeks, the defence we've seen in the last couple of weeks, now they're starting to show it. It's funny, first half had the Valley's Diehards defending their line exactly down here for ages, and then it opened up a bit of a floodgate for them. Are we going to see the same in the second half?
Diehards 10-8. They lead. Rashun Denny tried just before half-time.
We're both the trainers out there for the Panthers, just coaching them at the moment.
Well, I think the Panthers are a bit of disruption throughout the year with their coach. He started off with Ian Goff and Callum Garn. Changes with Zach Warwick, Craig Ingebrigtsen. So I know Craig Green, I saw him in the tunnel as well, the BHP women's coach as well. He's a former premiership winning player, Craig Green.
It's interesting. I don't think the Panthers are in a bad as position as it feels like. You know, they're the much fitter side. We know that. They're the smaller side. They're more agile. It's 10-8 with 26 to go. This is where they come alive. They've barely touched their bench. So I think they're going to look really good this last 25 minutes.
Here's a tester for Bond again.
Bond. Oh, that's not been touched. It has been touched. Oh, McCallum probably gave his hand up there because, to be honest, he could have just said, "Oh no, I didn't touch it."
He could have just grabbed it.
I
There was
thought
no contest.
he should have just grabbed it. I originally said it was a tester for Bond, but McCullum should have just picked it up and passed it to Armstrong. There was heaps of Panthers there too.
But Bond just folded first round, didn't he?
No, I'm not going for that.
Yeah, he said, "Oh no." He looked at his two cards, said, "I've got nothing. See you later." I'm in.
But they were two aces. Anyway, straight to the tackle on Chambers. Coming in now, Satali.
How good's he been, Tatali? Every time he's touched the pill, look at the metres he makes. Good post-contact ones as well.
Giants all across the park, haven't they, the Diehards? And their wingers are huge. You've got Chambers just right in front of us. He's a massive man. Denny, no stranger to the buffet either. Mears gets one hand off, turns it back inside. That looked pretty, but I don't know whether it's a way to play it. But anyway, Cherry gets the offload. Stand the tackle there with Corbin Daniels. Yes, Taylor.
Yeah, it's coming out wide here. Oh,
Here
goes Donovan. He's away.
Needs Armstrong. Needs
in
him.
the way, Donovan, he's got him. Downey for a centre heels. Can he get there? Reaches out, scores. Oh, Brandon Downey. First time I've called him, he comes up with a try. Panthers are back in front.
John, I think this might only be Brandon Downey's second or third touch of the ball, and he's come up with a try like that. But Taylor, it was down to Bryce Donovan, wasn't it? He did all the work.
Mate, in rugby league, there's a few really key moments in a game. Transition, when you're turning defence into attack. Donovan's picked up the ball there and just started sprinting. So I don't know where it's going to go, but I need to get down the field. Great vision by Bryce Donovan to jump on that as quick as he can and just start sprinting away. Of course, Downey doing what any good winner does and just staying with him. But
he's 1, 2, his own man. Away he goes, knows he hasn't got enough legs. He's the sprinter. The greyhound, he's come from the Gabba, Albion Park, and scores. Brandon Downey.
A couple of great weeks for Bryce Donovan here. Welcomed his daughter into the world a couple of weeks ago, him and his wife Jess. They've got man of the match here against the Wynnum Manly Seagulls in the ISC, playing for the North Devils. And he's having a cracking game so far, is Bryce Donovan.
That's a big moment in a big game from Bryce, you know. He comes on the field, gets thrown into the mix at halfback there, and he didn't have any right to split the line there. He could have picked up the ball and just took the tackle, but he wanted it. He wanted to go through, went through, ran into his own player, kept going, finds his pace man out wide, and Downey does the rest.
Compete.
I
have to laugh there. The referee said to Cole, "Excuse me, but I think you're about 2 inches too far in field, mate. Come back a little bit."
Everyone's a bit worried after the Panthers
Yeah,
game.
we're not going.
Everyone's thinking about it.
He's got to go at him like that.
Donovan turns defensive into attack and made a game changer for the Panthers here.
Yeah, I feel like they needed that as well, Taylor, don't you? They'll
did.
get confidence out of that one.
They did. They absolutely did. And Donovan looking for a home in 2022. I think he might have signed his own papers here today. He's had an impressive performance.
That's a good kick, just to the left-hand side. Score remains 12 points to 10. Still a 2-point lead. But this time it's in favour of the men from Don Duncan Oval. 12-10, 23 minutes remaining. What a contest we've had here this afternoon. And I think I'm going to be proven wrong. I thought one side had run away with it in the second half, but still 23 minutes to go. Mears,
Is this the first time?
that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong 5 minutes after I got out there was Freeman. Doesn't worry about anybody else. It's Chris Freeman. Runs into Quinlan along with Collins.
Our viewers out there, John, it's golden point in this competition, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. 5 minutes, and then nothing
Just
happens then. They'll switch and keep playing until somebody scores.
Just in case we get there, gents.
Yeah,
You never know.
Well, there might be a penalty right in front. Lock it all up. Oh! One across. Referee says play on. Well, I thought Josh Boyton got him on the chin, but anyway.
Well, Josh Boyton
was
was going to
coming.
sit down to the 12th minute, to be honest.
Wow.
The way he hit Husky Tito, and here comes Tito again.
Yeah, look at that.
This is what I'm talking about. Here's Donovan.
Oh, my God. Gives it off to Donovan. Busts the game open, and he goes over and scores. Bryce Donovan. Oh, how do you feel? Well, they're going to have to thank the referee for not calling that a penalty.
Well, what a 5 minutes for Bryce Donovan. And that man you speak of, Taylor Brown, was wrapping him in the half-time break. He just split them open, gents, didn't he? Went straight through. And as a good support player, Bryce Donovan, that's probably one of his best aspects of his game, his support play. He's there, he's pushing up, does the job, goes over under the sticks. The Panthers go bang, bang.
Mate, he competes twice in the space of 5 minutes and gets results. Just of being a competitive player,
was
just of
way back
wanting
too,
to win.
Taylor.
Look at that. Quinlan, he was at the same mark that Quinlan was.
Yeah.
Donovan wanted it more, and that's why Donovan's streaking away with 4 points. And mate, you mentioned T-Tow. He got smashed. He got absolutely smashed by Boyton. We all thought it was high. We were all looking at the simbing going, where's he going to sit, old Boyton? And you know what Husky T-Tow says? He says, I don't care about that. I want the ball again. I'm going to roll my sleeves up, run straight and hard. That's the sign of a tough bloke, and that's the results on the end of it.
And what about the pill, too, to Donovan?
Yeah.
Put it on his chest beautifully. Donovan does the rest.
5, 10, 15, 20? How far was that one?
It was...
By tonight?
Yeah, oh, but I'm saying that's the thing. He didn't call for the penalty, and Valleys are probably wishing he had of.
Yeah, absolutely right now.
The Valleys players.
And this is a big kick for Cole. I know it's from in front, but he's going to put him out by 8 here with 20 to go. So it's a real confidence-boosting kick when he knocks this one over, knowing that they need to score twice, potentially, to get back to level ball game here.
Yeah, we are. I mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. I said, it's not a bad little position here for the Panthers, the way how they're the fitter side, the way they play football. They can really get on the up and score some points and, you know, almost run away with this game. It's starting right now. 20 minutes is a long time in rugby league, but you can certainly feel the winds changing, can't you?
Short kick off there from Jack Mears.
That was Kyle above the pack there.
They knew, for some reason they knew he was going to be short. They put Kyle there and he's come up with an error.
Oh, I was just about to wrap him.
Well, I think Garn's blowing up. I don't know whether he knocked it on the back of the ruck. Kyle Van Claveren's got his hands on the hip. He's got the sugar bowl happening. And they're going to have a scrum feed in the middle of BMD Cougar Eye Oval. Let's have a look at this. And Kyle,
Oh, he's all over him.
Yeah, he is all over him at that point.
you got to hang on to the footy.
You do. There is a responsibility to keep your hand on the pill.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think Ballinger was square either. But anyway, Joe Bond will come in and lock the scrum, as all good fullbacks do.
Well, I'm glad you're being perfectly honest, John.
I am. I'm always honest with you, Tom.
Straight as they come.
Won by the Diehards. Collins still plenty of time, 20 minutes to go here. Throws a dummy, there's Mears, gives it off now to Tatali, and Tatali will take the tackle, Strasser over the top. Mears, a big back line here for the Diehards, turns it back inside there to Josh Boyton, and Boyton will be tackled by Strasser, 10 out from the try line. They're grinding for something here, aren't they, the Diehards? It's with Quinlan, gives it off to Sean Yawson, takes to the line, he goes to absolutely nobody. Picked up by Joe Bond, gives it to Denny, and Rushun Denny scores in the corner. They were building, I told you they were building, they send it wide and they score.
Yeah, beautiful work here by the Valley's Diehards, the way they shifted the ball there. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but they had big Charlie Gallo and Jai Ballinger run inside and outside on Gerard McCullum on that right-hand side there. He didn't know what to do with himself. Instead, they throw the ball to Bond. Well, it hits the deck first, and Bond comes through. But really smart football to pair the biggest players on the field next to each other and attack the half. We'll see it here. Inside and outside, the big boys didn't know what to do. Hits the deck.
Yeah, 2 runners coming through really got the Panthers' defence confused, didn't it? And even though the ball hit the turf, Joe Bond does an outstanding job to feed it out to Rashawn, and Rashawn can finish them, can't he?
Well,
we saw that one in the first half, but what about this one?
Keto and Pollock have swapped. It was Keto's inside and Pollock's out wide.
Yeah,
Pollock's standing there in the nude.
I mentioned that earlier in the game. When it gets later in the count, Pollock swaps because he likes to take the high balls on last for the Panthers. And you can catch him out there, as we've seen that try with Corbin Daniels, who actually brought Pollock in. That's twice now that Pollock has got caught out in that wing position when they don't kick on the last play.
Yeah, they're very unique positions. They're very important defensive positions out there, the centre and the wing. People would think they're very similar because they stand next to each other.
Yeah.
They're completely different defensive positions, and you really need to train. It's hard to swap inside. You really need to train there year round. So, yeah, maybe a bit of confusion there between them as to what was happening. Either way, the result is 4 points to the Diehards.
It was a tough and grinding first half. We're starting to see a bit of fatigue now, and now we're starting to see some points flow as well. So every point's important. Jack Mears will want to knock this one over.
Strikes it nicely. The touchies aren't moving. Waved away. 18-14. Score remains 4-point lead here for... But have a look at this. They were building something, and they don't panic, do they? That's a wobbly old pass here. Joe Bondley's experience just lets it roll into his hands instead of trying to snatch at it.
Yep.
Picks it up nicely, gives it off to Rashun Denny. He's on the fly and scores in the corner. That's good work there by Joey Bond.
It's anyone's game, gents. It's anyone's game with a little over 16 to go.
Quinlan, Boynton running from the car park, falls over and beats the tackle there of Strasser along with Armstrong.
Oh,
Penalty.
Oh.
No, yes, there's a penalty. He gets down, is it?
I thought that was an interesting penalty there. I'm not sure he had anything in it.
I
He's
thought
called
that,
for
yeah.
pressure. He said pressure on Boynton.
so that one could have went the other way, as an error.
The
Diehards.
concrete wouldn't put pressure
Yeah,
on
it's
Josh
one of
Boynton.
that's one of those moments, I think, Cam. That's one of
Yeah.
those moments. In grand finals, they all count.
Sun starting to set over here at BMD Cougar Eye Oval. Boynton wants to have another crack here. Gets the short ball. Runs into Freeman along with Strasser, 11 and 12 combined. Very often you see him on both sides of the park here. It's with Dempsey, and Dempsey always gets some meters to Dempsey. Going backwards to go forward is Sean Dempsey. And Dempsey will get up and play it for Mears. Panthers need to hang on. Yorston turns it back inside, charging on his big Charlie Gallo, and Gallo.
Tatel wanted him there.
Yeah,
He did.
Vale puts his ribs back into place here. Short ball goes out the back here. It's going to be knocked back, says the referee. Play on. It's with Daniels. And Daniels will straighten the play. Spinning and turning, gives off to Denny.
Daniels played last year's grand final with West as well. Another one.
Yeah, well, they're not far apart. Yorston. Quinlan. Quick hands. No, he doesn't get rid of the pass. Gets absolutely creamed.
That's Tatel again.
Strasser underneath. Should have passed it. Mears from dummy half. Puts a kick in. Has been played at by a West player. No, says the referee, because the Panthers have come up with it anyway.
Yeah, good defence there from West. Mears has got those little kicks, just dinking them in behind the line, looking for a runner to come through. On that occasion, West did a really good job.
15 to go, 18-14. Panthers, 2 denials in the previous grand finals. Can they get this one home here for the Mud and Bloods? It's with Strasser. Takes the tackle there of Collins over the top here. Late inclusion is Sam Collins. Had to pass a fitness test this morning, something over passing size 8. As they keep rolling up the middle here to go the Panthers. That's a 40-metre line, 12 in from the grandstand side.
Need a healthy kick here.
Well, reaches out for there, McCullum. McCullum beats
away.
one there, gets a long ball out to Pollock, and Pollock steps off the right, comes back into the field of play here. He's going to stand in the tackle, finally gets ripped to the ground, 5 metres inside the Diehards territory. Pulavea, ball back into Bryce Donovan. Donovan goes back the other way, sees half a gap as Donovan, gets the offload. It's going to be kicked there by Pollock, end over end. Joey Bond, well, he's as safe as the Bank of England as Joey Bond. Get out of the way, throws away Reece Ketu, and still keeps going with Joey Bond.
Really good work by the Valley's Diehards. Kick pressure them. They knew Donovan was about to get the ball in his hands. They knew he was about to put up a kick. They sprinted up to ease the pressure for Joe Bond, and that's just a bit of that team cohesion, working hard for each other.
Ballinger now. Standing. Gets the offload in the end there, actually, to Chang. Chang, that might be his first touch, is it?
I think it is his first touch. Chang onto the field in the left back row position.
Back to Boynton. Boynton, well, underball here from Yorston, and to be Tatali take the tackle. Dempsey now just keeps going, doesn't he, Dempsey? Last tackle, sunsetting here. Yorston puts it high. Van Claveren takes it. Coming out for him was Ballinger. Gets away from one, but Mears comes and gets him 1 metre out from the try.
Yeah,
They roll
that's
him
close.
over.
That's
He's
close
had
to a penalty.
It is a penalty,
Yeah.
Cameron Anchor. You're right. Yorston blows up. Everyone in blue and white blows up, but you don't go on with it. It was
They wanted to, didn't they, the Diehards? They knew
It's like
how
a double
close he
move,
was.
isn't
Yeah.
It's a big play. It's a really big
Yeah.
play if they can get him into the in goals there, but unfortunately they've given away a penalty. Interestingly enough, I see Rashawn Denny's come off the field. He might be nursing a lower leg injury, meaning that Dane Chang's actually come onto left wing, Corbin Daniels into the centres, where he was playing anyway naturally. So Dane Chang, not a bad little replacement to bring onto the field. He's played 41 games of Intrust Super Cup, both the Norths and the East.
There's a rip.
Yeah.
Will be play on.
6 to go, the referee says. Yeah,
Shout
they
out.
also got Collins who can play in the centres as well. They really need it.
Big shout out to one of John Devine's favourite all-time BRL A-grade players, Foyza Penny, watching on through the BRL page.
Foyza, I've got to tell you, mate, it's been a while, but I do still have your photo in my wallet. Sorry,
Just in
kids.
front of the ones of his kids,
Have I got children? I don't know. Have it in my bank account. Steps off the left and the right.
Oh,
Goes
Tatel again.
Jeez, he's been dynamic, hasn't he? He's tackled around the ankles there by Daniels. Gives a flat pass here to Jack Walters, and Walters will get to the 30. Kevin will be here somewhere, or if he's not watching, hello. Tommy Butterfield from dummy half, allowed to run.
He's back in his best
Well, it's
position.
not very often he goes off, does he?
Just
Tommy
about to
Butterfield?
say that.
He's gone up for a bit of a break and a reset. Freeman, a dummy half here, gives it to Donovan, puts a kick in, ball drops it.
Armstrong!
Picked it. Armstrong, the referee's going to say no. And I thought you were right there, Cameron Aiken. He's going to award a try, but he's going to say it's a scrum feed to the Panthers. Where's the advantage?
I thought that was play on for all money.
So did I. think
How
he
did Bryce get the
dove
kick
at it.
away, Taylor?
Mate, he just steps off his left foot here. The pressure, all the pressure in the world again. Oh, off balance. Beautiful little kick there by Donovan. Would have held up perfectly in goals.
I think
Bond
it's
plays at it.
Or did he say? Does he say the Diehards ground that first? It's quite close.
I think I don't know who's dove there. I think it might have been Sam Collins who got there just in time to stop that.
Panthers have got the scrum feed. And they'll feed it with Bryce Donovan. Butterfield come back the other way to Kyle Van Claveren. Kyle Van Claveren allowed to run. He's going to be pulled to the ground there by Collins, his former teammate. He'll get up and play it to Chambers. Chambers tries to go himself. Chambers close. Pushed into touch. Good defence there, led by Armstrong.
Yeah, not the play there by Armstrong to try and go short. Had options out to the right-hand side. Early in the tackle count, probably need to build some pressure there. You're 4 points up, and
Yeah, early in the count. That's the thing there
Is
for
it
the
a cardinal
Panthers.
sin for a winger to be taken into touch?
I don't
Should
like
they
wingers,
never-
mate. So you don't want to ask me. I'm just gonna say how it is. You
Unless
know,
they're Buffalo wings?
I'm a front rower. Wingers and I, we're no good.
Well,
I'm
we
going to
have
say
wingers.
the cardinal sin for a winger is coming in when the outside man scores. Wouldn't you agree with that one?
Yeah.
Mate, out of all the cardinal sins, about 5 of them are done by wingers. So what's that tell you?
Yeah, they're just a sinful bunch. Yeah. Charlie Gallo gets across the 40. A 4-point ball game. 10 minutes remaining. Brisbane Premier A-grade grand final between the West Brisbane Panthers and the Valley Diehards. 84 years since the last time they met, and we've got hands in the air for an injury.
I think both teams need this right now. It's been at a frantic pace this second half.
Yeah, Dempsey's in some real trouble here. He's been one of the Valley's Diehards' best this afternoon. The way he takes on the line, his agility, it seems like he's taken about 100 different hit-ups.
We'll get some stats here from Brad Talon as we wait for this player to be treated.
He's getting assessed as Brad jumps on the mic.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, it's been a great second half, hasn't it? So, Valleys, they've had plenty of field position in the second half. 30 tackles in the opposition, half to 13 from the Panthers. So, they've had plenty of field position, the Valley side, but the Panthers have just hung on. Their defence has been great in the second half. A couple of long-distance tries. Missed tackles at the moment, 13 by the Diehards, 18 by the Panthers. Handling errors, 11 by West Brisbane Panthers, 8 by Valleys. Probably the most important thing still, that penalty count, 9-2 to the Panthers, although it's only 3-2 in the second half. But yeah, it's anyone's game, isn't it? What a great game of footy we've had for this grand final.
Yeah, outstanding grammar football, Brad. It's been tight on a knife's edge the whole match. Only 9 minutes 50 to go here. Duane Dempsey still getting assessed. I don't know if Joe Bond's got a medical degree, but he's trying to help as well.
Well, Brad.
Well, he might, Taylor. He can do it all.
Yeah,
Joey,
Jack of many trades. He's
There's
a
our
golfer.
Try scorers: Strasser, Van Claveren, Downey, and Donovan. And for the Diehards, Yawson, Mears, and Denny. And Joe Bond, well, that's a dislocated shoulder any day of the week. Dempsey goes off.
That's not good. He's been such a pivotal part of this Diehard side.
Getting up
Especially
5 green whistles ready.
when they have no momentum, Dempsey seems to just come along in the back end of those sets, Taylor, and just says, hey, give it to me, I'll do the tough stuff, and then he goes.
Danny
But
Walker
he
there.
creates something as well with his agility, and yeah, he's just a really diverse lock is Duane Dempsey. And I mentioned before that old school because he plays like another front rower in the middle, but he also has the hands because he's played a lot of 9 as well. A couple of weeks ago he started at hooker for the Diehards against Bulimba Bulldogs over there at Emerson Park in their first semi-final. So
I'll get you to see what the pack reshuffle is as we get underway. Here's Yawson, gives it out wide there to Charlie Gallo.
Get out of my way!
McCullum, hello, freight train. Yawson now. Puts a kick up high in the sky here. Van Claveren, Ballinger. Oh, he didn't really play.
That should be a
It's gonna
penalty.
be a penalty. He may go. Oh, the penalty's against Ballinger.
Beautiful
Definitely.
take by Kyle Van Claveren. It definitely was a penalty. All the pressure on Kyle there. He had a swathe of blue jerseys in front of him. All the pressure in the world. He jumps up and takes that catch, and that's big in terms of the game.
Joe Bond showed it. What was it? Courage.
Courageous.
Yes,
You look
the
here,
cowardly lion.
there's 5, 6 of them. Kyle does not have any care for Ballinger steaming through and just gets up above the pack. Courageous take.
Well, they've trailed for most of this game, but the heart of the West Brisbane Panthers is starting to shine through.
The referee doesn't give you 10. You really got to think about taking him off yourself. But 10 just to calm him down. Ballinger, I don't know what he's thinking anyway. So Strasser.
There isn't 10 minutes left in
There
the
isn't.
season, John. It's
Oh,
all
that's a
down to the
one-on-one
wire.
steal there, lads. Diehards ball.
Jack Strasser comes up with an error. It's that man, Collins, Quinlan, Mears. They weren't ready for it. Carly Jr. stands in the tackles. 3 Panthers there trying to get the ball back there. It's Freeman. They're right in front of the uprights. They're down by 4. Penalty.
Time off.
No, time off. What's happened? We've got to play it now?
Yeah, Pugliave's down. Diehards unhappy about it.
Of course they aren't happy, but the ref's made the decision. He's not going to change it now. As much as Jack Mears and Jai Ballinger try to remind him of the rules, I think he's already done what he's done.
Well, they've really tried to go for those one-on-one strips this afternoon, haven't they? The Diehards in particular. They've given away a couple of penalties, but that one on that occasion, I forget who it was. It might have been Chambers that ripped it out, but they got the ball back for the Diehards. They're 4 behind. They're on the attack now. That's a big play.
I don't know why. Pugliave's gone down. What is there, a mulcher out there? This is incredible. He doesn't go down. Mears, let's get underway here with 8 minutes to go here. It was with Boyton. Runs into Strasser, the man who gave up possession 2 minutes ago. Boyton stands on his feet. Mears thinks about the pass here, but he got in the way there, did Carly. Jack Gallo, and Charlie Gallo still trying to drive forward and get the offload. Joe Bond is lurking. Was at dummy half. It's with Mears, gives it to Yorston. Goes to absolutely nobody.
Oh, it's Donovan again.
Oh.
That is marvellous play, and that was courageous as well because the knees were coming through from the Diehards.
Well. It's another one of those effort plays. Another transition. Another courageous act, and who does it?
Well,
Who's there pushing through? Bryce
Look at
Donovan.
the chook pen. It's absolutely chock-a-block with blue and white on one side and red and black on the other. 4 points, 7 minutes remaining. Walters does not facing square to play. I know it was Tommy Butterfield, and Butterfield beats one, not the second, gets crunched. Trying to get a penalty there as Carly saying that Tommy Butterfield knocked on, not 3 times in a game. Donovan kicks it. Trapped there in the foot there by the Socceroo and Chambers will run into Tommy Butterfield, gets away from him. Strasser grabs him, around the ankles is Walters.
Yeah, really good to see Tommy Butterfield back in his home there at the 9 position for the Panthers. It seems fitting that if they're going to win a comp, it's Butterfield wearing the 9 jersey.
He spoke to him after last week's game, and he said if they won, he would contemplate retirement, gents.
That'll be a sad day. Chang, the world's still in mourning after your retirement, Taylor Brown. Still speak about it. They light candles on the night, on the Sabbath, on the eve.
Yeah, me. I do.
You like the Cuban, yeah. I know what it is. It's a Cuban. Mears goes himself. Mears. There's plenty of spaces for Mears. Gives it off now to Charlie Gallo. Gallo loses the footy. There was a hand in there. No, Panthers play on. It's with Pollock.
Oh, good run, Ketu.
Ketu. Reece Ketu, the second highest try scorer in the competition, will get up and play. He'd love to get one more to take this away from the Diehards. You would think that might be the case. If they score next, they win it.
They're really getting Charlie Gallo at that edge, aren't they? He went for the offload on that occasion. Unfortunately for him and Diehards fans, it went forward, but they might keep going that way, I dare say.
Donovan.
Freeman
Butterfield gives it to Freeman.
Interesting. They didn't play their best game in the first half here, the Panthers, but they've just held on. All grit. The smaller side.
Strasser gets across the 30. There's a kind of hush all over the world, in particular here at BMD Cougar Oval. It's the last tackle. Puts it on the left boot there. There's McCullum. Bond flies high, tackled by his opposite and Cole Van Claveren. So they've got 5.5 minutes. He's got a cramp, his Joey Bond.
Good take, good chase, and look at the spirit of sportsmanship there from Kyle. He'll let you out a cramp for him.
So that is the perfect end to the set here for the Panthers.
Yeah.
There's 5.5 minutes to go. Diehards, the best at getting out of their own end. They don't give them any space at all. You know what they give them? A metre. They say, go 99. You want to score on us? Go 99.
Well, the referee's done the right thing here, and I was going to look at Brad Talon about it. Back in the day, if you're injured in an attack, you just move the ball to the side and just worry about the cramp being sorted out in the back here. As Joe Bond, cramps hurt, don't get me wrong, but if you're in an attack, we don't need to stop the play. Yes, I know. Don't Monty Collar me, Taylor Brown.
Five more minutes, you can go to the loony bin for the off-season, mate.
That's where I come from. That's where I was born.
Charlie Kaipati out there now for the Panthers. Lucky to not give a penalty away there.
Boyton beats one, beats two, gets across the 40. 5 minutes remaining, grand final. What a beauty we've had. Mears, Yorson juggles it, tries to get through here, almost does so, gets tackled in the end there, around by Kaipati. Dummy half front here from the wing, and this time in Daniels puts a kick in, a bit of a shoulder charge. We'll see what happens as Cole Van Claveren takes it. Penalty.
Oh, he's giving it.
Yep, shoulder charge. I thought in back play, not only was it late, there was a shoulder charge against Pulavaya. The Diehards will get a penalty right in front, and they won't take the two.
Time off. Here we go. Gents, this is on a knife's edge, isn't it?
Listen, I know you're old school,
You can
John.
feel it.
I know you're old school, but I'm a little bit old school. He's kicked it, and it's a shoulder charge. Mears goes down and plays for the penalty. As soon as the whistle's blown, he gets up and sprints
Yeah, but
away.
the fact of the matter is a shoulder charge, yes.
I know, but you know,
it's sort of like if you...
It's the right call. It's the right call.
but
I
you're
agree
right.
with the right call.
All right, time back on.
Four in it.
4.5 minutes to go. Charlie Gallo, the big unit, goes charging forward. 4 or 5 Panthers grab him. 1 metre out. Diehards down by 4. 4.5 to go here. BMD Cougar Oval. Mears gives it off to Yorson. Takes the line. Boyton crushed by Strasser. Hangs on to the footy. The ball goes backwards. I'll get up and play it. Big shot there from Strasser. Boyton is hurt. Mears from dummy half. Gives it off now to Josh Boyton, who seems to have recovered. He'll stand in the tackle here. Boyton rolls it back. Mears from dummy half. Trying to get across the line, but the Panthers are there as he got over. Carly, no. Cole Van Claveren stops him. Mears, flat ball, trying to get across is Mears. Ballinger scores. They erupt in the chook pen. Referee awards it. Oh, it's all locked up. 18 all. Kick to come.
And he scored under the sticks. Jai Ballinger, the man. And for his own calibre, he's been a little bit quiet today, Jai, but he comes up in the clutch moment. Short ball from Mears, he crashes over under the sticks, and the Diehards, they have one hand on the premiership trophy.
Yeah, they've been threatening that play all afternoon, haven't they, Cameron? They've had the options there. This time, Carly Jr. missed it last time, but Ballinger, the experienced campaigner, he gets himself in the right spot. Strasser tries with all his might to hold it up and just can't quite keep him off the deck.
It's only gravity. It's only gravity when he's got that ball on the grass. Oh, great camera work there.
And Mears will take all the time he can here.
Look at them. They're out of control, the blue and whites.
The time's still ticking. When do you call it off in the last?
He's got 30 seconds to kick it though. Something there's Joe McGuire.
Yeah, I'll be stopping the play, surely. Waiting for Jack Mears to kick this goal. It's a massive kick. I know it's right in front. It should be very easy for Mears. But 2 minutes on the clock then for the Panthers. What can they do in 2 minutes? It's a short kick-off, surely.
Kyle will try and fly above the pack.
Wow.
Downey's also an option there for the kick.
How's he going? What's the trainer saying to him? Don't worry about that rabble. Just kick it. What's wrong? I'm not sure. He seems to be worried about because Downey might be inside under the sticks here.
Yeah.
They're back in front, the Diehards. Well, are they in front for the first time? 20 points to 18. 2 to go.
Yeah,
Panthers are running back.
He's a real target here. Is Jack Mears in the front line? He's not the tallest lad in the world. I'm just looking.
Yeah, they've got to go that way. They've got to go.
Cole Van Claveren's going to kick it, but he'd be the perfect option.
I was going to say he should be the one who's actually receiving. But
Armstrong and Downey can leap if they come this way.
here it goes.
It's too
Hang
deep.
Times. Good. Downey jumps too early. Chambers gets it. 22 out from the try line. The Panthers may get one more shot at it.
Not if they play the ball like this.
Exactly right. It's with Tatali. Tatali trying to get through here. Unless there's an error, Emerson Park will be out of control. And the Panthers will lose 3 from 3. Quinlan will get up.
Minute 20 to go. They're not doing much in this set. The Diehards just holding on to the ball. The question is, what do the Panthers have when it comes time to attack? They may get 1 or 2, but 2.
Oh, no. That might be it.
Well, I would have a shot at goal.
Yep, you're right, John. They come together now.
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking for the Panthers.
3 grand finals.
Well,
You might think they've lost all 3.
fellas, let's not start singing yet. There's still 50 seconds to go in this. They're going to kick for the sideline. Try and hold on to the ball with not long to go. Sure, they have one hand on the trophy, even a couple of fingers on the second, but it's not quite there yet.
Clock's back on. 34 seconds remaining. Finds touched his Mears. Goes over the head of the coaching staff there. Nathan Hughes and Kai Egerbertson.
They haven't relaxed yet.
Nah.
They know how dangerous this is.
Just need a one-on-one strip and then just play ball straight away. That's all they can hope for, the Panthers.
Charlie Gallo. I'll get up, says Pulavea. I'll get up when I'm ready.
Oh, Sammy Walker.
Wow, this is extraordinary.
Well, imagine if there was a one-on-one strip here. He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful.
Run into touch here. Well, full time. Valleys erupt. They all go nuts in the blue and white. And they've won the premiership. They won it in 2017 from coming from behind. They've done it in 2021. 20 points to 18. And the Chookbengs are erupting. The blue and whites are coming from everywhere. Tying it from the Nathan Hughes. They've won it.